Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine, Google, it's go time on a Wednesday morning. It's a hump day, it's a stump day. We got to get smart and John today. We've got a terrific save by yours truly, whose phone was about to fly off the table. You're welcome. And we got the Murphy Power Hour as we talk World Series. You go, Blue Jays. You show them. You beat that big bad man out there on the mound last night, Shohei Ohtani. The Blue Jays get to him and ultimately the Dodgers bullpen. And so we got a series. It'll go back to Toronto at the very least as the Blue Jays take game 4 last night. And we're now tied 2-2. Maybe they got enough moxie, man. They got some clutch hitters. They can either nickel and dime you here a little bit, or they'll take you deep with their superstars and Vlad Guerrero. I mean, they're doing it without Springer, who had to leave that marathon game and wasn't able to play yesterday. And so for Toronto to get that game last night completely changes the dynamic of this series. It'll at least go back to Toronto, which is what they were able to do in that Seattle series, right? I mean, don't forget, Toronto lost the first 2 at home to Seattle. And went out west, stayed alive, came home, ultimately won the American League pennant. Now with the Dodgers they had to win last night, man. And they're probably lucky that the starting pitcher got on base 9 times like 12 hours earlier. Probably didn't hurt that Ohtani was at the very least stressed. And never mind the mental aspect of preparing to pitch on a World Series stage. And Toronto, give them credit. Off the deck, again, big home run from Vlad Guerrero Jr., who's having a heck of a postseason himself. And with a 6-2 win, going to, now it's do or die for the Dodgers. You don't want to fall behind 3-2 and have to go to Toronto. You didn't want to go back. But the series is back on track, and I'll give the Blue Jays credit, man. Dodgers really had them in a tough spot after that grueling, I think it's fair to say, grueling loss from a night ago. Got a lot of Jaguars talk today. The team gets back on the field. They get ready for the beginning of a oh-so-important second half of the season. It's nice to be able to be interested in the playoff picture without the amount of urgency that we usually have after 7 or 8 games. I mean, more often than not, we're sitting here 2-5 or, hopefully even 3-4, but you better do this, that, and the other, and this team has to lose here, there, and everywhere. Not in that situation. There's another side to where they sit at 4-3, and that is, look, they play their 2 worst games, the last 2, both against NFC teams. So if we're going to be so bold as to look ahead to a playoff picture that the Jaguars are going to be in, I mean, this slide could continue and you're still going to be in the mix, particularly in the wild card hunt, a hunt that they fall in a half game behind now, the Chiefs, but they own a real important win over Kansas City earlier this year if it comes down to it. A game against the Raiders, you got to have in the conference and a chance to improve to 3-1 in the AFC. Man, you got the Colts, buddy. They're steaming at 7-1. They're undefeated in the AFC 6-0. But not a lot of teams. I mean, the Patriots already have 2 conference losses. The Broncos have 2 conference losses. The Chiefs have 2 conference losses. So important to win in the AFC. These stumbles, this back-to-back debacles, you could almost say, at least came against NFC teams. So huge second half of the season games when it comes to the playoff picture. And I think it's fun to now start looking at that. Good morning, E.T. Is it too early?
Negative.
Right? It's not too early to look where you are, to look at what those teams around you are doing this Sunday and root sometimes more than casually against them. It's not too early. Pay attention to games that involve, anytime you hear these teams involved, Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, Bills, Chargers, Chiefs, Texans, you want them to lose.
But the guys that are really like locked into it, we paying to that stuff week one. I want to know if those guys won or lost week one.
That's fair. That's fair. But so it's we can be in a really, really good spot if they go take care of business as a favorite on the road and beat the Raiders. We can be sitting here Monday morning, 5-3, with a big one coming up at Houston. We can't get ahead of ourselves. Don't get me wrong. But as I sit and look at this playoff picture, a win this Sunday and the Jaguars would be back in the playoffs as they stand through 8 games. Currently, they're a half game out because Kansas City's already played their 8th game. But big games in the second half of the season, obviously the 2 with the Colts, right? You got the 1 at Houston, and you're gonna what's gonna be a big one against the Chargers, who are 5-3. Right? That's the next home game after these 2 road games. That'll be a big one. Oh, we'll be out, by the way, at a Dailies, providing you with the ultimate fan giveaway.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get back on that track as well as we head into November with a couple more home games. But yeah, it's fun to be able to do it without that incredible urgency. I mean, you get to the point that we've had a lot of must-win games week 4 and 5 around here, it feels like. That's how we started last year. Hang in by a thread, 1-4, and hosting Houston. Oh, if we could just win this one. So to that end, it adds another level of fun to your fandom when you can scoreboard watch for a reason. So, to wit. Chargers, another 3-loss team in the conference, would seem to have a layup there at the Titans this weekend. Colts, Steelers. That's a win-win for a Jaguars team that, although that AFC North rather looks like it's only going to get you one team in, right? Doesn't it look that way? Looks like the AFC North might be one at 8-9, and there's not going to be a wild card team coming from that conference. Maybe the Ravens get back in it because that division, especially the Steelers now with 2 straight losses, have gone from 4-1 and way ahead to 4-3, and meh. And so the Ravens play at Miami. They can get to 3-5. The Steelers lose this week, and suddenly they're a game back in what is, at least at this point, proven to be the weakest division in football, or certainly bottom 2. So anyway, Colts Steelers this weekend. I suppose we root for the Steelers there, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Definitely we do.
Sure we do. Colts at the Steelers. Here's a good one. This is another one. This is an interesting. What about this one? Oh, by the way, Jags also play at the Broncos. There's another huge AFC game going to come up here in the set. That's why it's so important that you got to beat the Raiders. You got to beat the Titans twice. You got to beat the Jets. Right? Do that. You got 8 wins. Now between a game at the Texans and a home game against the Chargers, a couple against the Colts, just stack another 2 or 3, you're in real good shape, right? Broncos, Texans, they play this Sunday. Now, which would you rather see? Would you rather see the Broncos in another division improve to 7-2 and give the Texans another death blow in the division and make them 3-5? Or would you rather the Broncos pick up a loss, go to 6-3, and the Texans get the win and improve to 4-4?
I would rather the Texans win and improve 4-4 because we already got a win over them boys. Like I would like to see the Broncos go down.
And see, this is where it's so fun. I'm 100% on the other side.
Yeah?
I'd rather the Texans get that 5th loss, and then we could really,
better our chances within the division.
And we still get to play the Broncos, too.
Yeah,
so there's also that part. We got to play the Texans again. Look at it this way. If the Texans win that game and go to 4-4, say we win and we're 5-3. Mm-hmm. If the Texans beat us at home next week, guess who's both 5-4?
Yeah.
So that's another way to look at it.
True.
But if you're not factoring, particular losses in for your team, bottom line, whoever wins that game, the Jags are going to have to beat one of them on the road probably. So I think I'd rather see the Texans just stumble to 3-5. But again, we play at 4:05, and at 1 o'clock I can watch a game that feels like it matters. Chiefs Bills play this weekend. I mean, you gotta root for the Bills, don't you?
Every time.
Let's get the Chiefs another loss.
Yes.
And then that'll do it for the AFC teams that we would be in the hunt with, so to speak, right now. Listen, for many, many years, from most years, from about 2010 to now, most years we have just commiserated. Man, if we could just get to December and be in the hunt. We didn't care if we were 5-8, did we? Just
Right.
put us in the hunt.
That's it.
Keep us mathematically alive. And it feels different. I got more from Liam Cohen as he gets set to embark on this second half of the season. You'll hear from him coming up this hour. We got baseball talk, World Series talk. It's going to be fun to get Daniel Murphy's, opinion and impression of what we've seen. The stars have really come out here, man. These two teams are where they are in the World Series because of Shohei Ohtani and Vlad Guerrero Jr. Those two mammoth MLB stars are coming through here. And by the way, Vlad's been doing it the entire postseason. Shohei, let's don't forget, started like 1 for 21 and has really heated up since then. But, to get the opinion, the impression from a guy who has been a NLCS MVP is, such a bonus here on the program. So we're up and running. We got Get Smart John coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, rather. So we will do that. Your other fan favorites as we get you rolling over the hump here on a hump day. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. He talks, he listens, he tells stories only a coach could know.
So you can learn more about the science of quarterbacking.
Teddy Thompson is the quarterback whisperer, tuned up by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet. Friday mornings on 1010XL.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey Jacksonville, Rick Ballou here. Looking for a brand new truck? Right now, Crew Cab Ram trucks start at just $38,900 at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram West Side. And every new retail purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost. From tough Ram trucks to adventure, ready Jeeps, they've got the perfect ride waiting for you. Stop by Commonwealth Avenue or shop online at jackswest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram West Side, proud partner of the Jaguars.
You already know it's your main man, E to the T, here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Here's hoping for a raise the roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Hey, Hicken here. This episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right gets you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season. It's simple to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you cash in. On Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You want flexibility? Choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter your play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. When your player leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks doesn't count it as a loss. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code 1010XL. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. It's good to be right.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm with Brett from Cycles of Jacksonville, and the fall part of the year just offers so much fun, especially when you're out and about. Tell everybody what's happening with Triumph right now.
They have got a lot of new models on the road, from Scrambler 400s. They've got the legendary Rocket motorcycle. Lots of really cool bikes to choose from.
And the price point and all the tricks that come with the Triumph bike, they're all there.
They're all there. Entry level to the greatest of the great. We've got them.
Look for them online, cyclesofjacksonville.com. Check out their Facebook page or that showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
Since 1901, generations of skilled union workers have built the backbone of our community. Hospitals, schools, the buildings where you work. Every year, a new apprentice class of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians is stepping up, trained, driven, and ready to do great things. They're not just building our city, they're building their future. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to become a member or contractor today.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
All right, we're back on Hump Day, Stump Day. You're listening to The Drill. We got you covered when it comes to the Jaguars. Text line open. 641-1010, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Gonna circle to one aspect of the Liam Cohen offense that really needs to get going. If you look at a big part of the success that he had in Tampa, and the attack and playbook, game plan that he brought here to Jacksonville. Get to that here in just a second. If you've listened to the show for a long time, and I know you have, y'all know one of my favorite little guilty pleasure breakfast menu items. Simple. Just go get it today at any grocery store. It takes me back to my childhood. It's maple and brown sugar instant oatmeal. I love it. Got to mix it with milk, gang. Life hack. You'll thank me for forever. But, yeah, just that, that instant oatmeal, maple brown sugar has always been the go-to. Pour it in, get it just the perfect amount of cream. It's just, that hits the spot for your boy, okay? So I'm making coffee during the break, as I'm prone to do. Got to get that Java going.
Uh-huh.
I got to have that Java juice. And I've learned through the years, ET, that I just bring myself in some creamer. It's every man for himself around here. You get in the foxhole, and you want to make sure you're able to put the proper accoutrements into your own coffee.
You got to make sure you straight.
That's right. I just got to make sure, and that's all. If not, you can always go to the. I'm not here to tell you that we, like most offices, we don't have the old standby powdered creamer, and it just doesn't hit the same. Okay. Anywho, I'm making my coffee, yada yada. I go, I grab the creamer and I pour it in. As I'm pouring it, I go, oops, I've got the wrong creamer here. And I look at it, and it's it says something oatmeal, some sort of fancy pants creamer of some sort, oat milk, oatmeal, this, that, or the other. And so I put it in, and I'm like, oh well. Put in a little sugar and take a sip, and like, damn, that tastes just like my maple brown sugar instant oatmeal. So I get the creamer back out, I look at it, and there it says maple brown sugar oatmeal creamer. Oh, we got a new one here.
That's a dub.
Oh, that's a dub, man. I'm going to do my best to stay out of that maple creamer the rest of the day, and then I may be making a transition. That thing is delicious. We'll just put it that way. All right. Let me tell you what Liam Cohen likes. He likes the screen game, E.T. Right, we heard so much about that screen game and how effective both Bucky Irvin and Rashad White were in Tampa. And I forget the numbers of the analytics, but they were like a tops in the league in the screen game. In addition to getting their running game turned around in Tampa, where Liam Cohen's offense went from 29th to 4th or whatever that jump was for Tampa Bay, and it started that way here, didn't it? Right, we were right up there around the top of the league when we were playing. That offense was playing to that running game, playing to some sort of momentum. Let's not forget this. The running stats are going to be a lot better, gang, when you play 4 games and you literally never trail. There is no abandoning much of anything, really. The only game that stood out after the fact was the loss, and it was because they had thrown it 40-something times, at Cincinnati and run it 20. But when they're playing and winning and the offense is in groove, the running game's got to be big, and the screen game has got to be big, and it just hasn't worked. So that's a question here at the midpoint as they get set to start the second season, and they go take on the Raiders, this weekend. Among the many things that this coaching staff and that Liam Cohen, among the many things that they are trying to get sorted out, and there's a list, and we've talked about them, but among the little things, the many things, I wouldn't say little, is getting the screen game working.
I think, again, it's probably some crap luck on some of them. There's some ones that if, it's 2nd and 20 and you're running a screen, I mean, there's probably an idea by the defense if they're yelling, screen, draw, knowing that you're trying to get half back or whatever it is. So, we were a very good screen team last year in Tampa. There was definitely maybe, a little bit more time on task, I would say, throughout the week in practice. And so those are things that we're looking at. Okay, if we want to improve in these areas, we need to put time on task in these areas. So
here's more from Liam Cohen on a again. They would seem to have some good weapons there. Quinn Allen's good out of the backfield. It might be kind of just putting the ingredients in a little bit different. You know who's kind of disappointed a little bit? Tootin.
Yeah, he has been.
He had some moments. He flashed a little bit early in the year, and he's gotten some opportunities, it feels like, these last couple of weeks. And we've not seen much out of that rookie running back out of Virginia Tech. But, the skill sets of ETN and Allen and Tootin would seem to set up for a dynamic screen game. And here's more from Liam Cohen.
Yeah, he hasn't been as effective. Great question. We just got done talking screens today. I think it's a combination of when they're being called and the timing of them. Like every screen has a little bit of a different count to it. Is it a 1 count, 2 count, 3 count screen? You look at screens around the league in terms of when they're being called, you definitely, there's a trend there. And so I think it's a combination. We have athletic offensive linemen and skilled players that can do some things in space. We have got to improve there, but it's just like anything, you're trying to improve but not go reinvent the wheel with them. I think there's some fundamentals and techniques we can improve.
All right, so there's just a little bit of Liam Cohen on the one of a number of things that they got to get buttoned up. And the offense is a mess. Based on what the Seahawks and Rams did to the Jaguars these last 2 games, it's fair to say the offense is a mess. They're not protecting. The pressure rate has been inordinate. That is throwing the timing off. Trevor is not making good decisions. That trend continues. He's not making he's not making enough chicken salad out of chicken bleep. You're not supposed to serve up a four-course meal when the play starts chicken bleep. But, man, make us some salad every now and then. And he was able to do that in the wins, right? Against Kansas City, he did it by scrambling. Against Houston and San Francisco in fourth quarter when they had to have drives, he got them. They one dumb play, he'd run out of bounds, and then he'd turn around and make a nice read and play to get the first down and salt the game away. So those things don't stand out as much when you're winning. But these last 2 losses, so we click through a line that's not protecting, a running game and screen game that's not got going, receivers who honestly have performed worse than any receiving core in the league. And so it just all adds up. Trevor's a big boy. He can shoulder it all. We can all say it's the quarterback, it's Trevor. That's fine. Let's get everything rolling and see if we can't have a few weeks of saying, oh, man, it's Trevor Lawrence improvement that's got him going. You kind of look, and not every offense is going to work on schedule all the time. I get it. It should be working on schedule a lot more here. So that's on the coaches to figure out who, what, or why is making that happen. And they seem to be willing to, the coaching staff that is, to look in the mirror and figure out where they're coming up short as well. So it's great to feel like the sky's falling at 4-3 and to reset the first segment today thickly in the, right in the thick of the playoff hunt. Thick, sturdy contender. That narrative changes if they go lay an egg on Sunday. You best not go lay an egg. You're coming off a bye week. You better go out there and beat those guys. Last time we saw the Raiders, they couldn't pass midfield against the Chiefs. But Geno Smith's been a turnover machine. The Raiders are not a good team. And we'll get more into the Raider file as we move deeper into the week. For now, we take a quick timeout. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play of Bishop Kenny football.
The Crusaders march into the season's final battle and try to tame the Stallions. Bishop Kenny at Providence, Thursday at 7 on 92.5 FM.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is Hayes Carlyon, here from a driver who made the smart move to buying a vehicle from Atlantic Infinity.
Hayes, this is my second Infinity, so I knew exactly what I wanted, and Atlantic Infinity made it so easy for me. The GM Dwayne had my new ride ready to go, and I was in and out of the dealership in about 30 minutes. The Atlantic Infinity promise just sealed the deal for me. It's $2,500 in added value, including roadside assistance. I am so happy with my new car.
Atlantic Infinity, Atlantic, near St. John's Bluff.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
Strap in, Duval. The Jaguars are gearing up to face the Los Angeles Chargers Sunday, November 16th for our annual Salute to Service game. Join us as we honor and celebrate the brave men and women of our military all game long. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. Let's stand together, Duval.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Congrats to former Florida Special Teams ace Brandon James and safety Todd Johnson's induction into the Florida Georgia Hall of Fame. Friday, October 31st, presented by Miller Electric. To attend, go to flgajax.com/Hall of Fame.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Jeff Rose.
Yes, sir, my man.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the drill.
Walking on the sun.
Your boy played Queens Harbor yesterday.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It wasn't nice to your boy yesterday, man. That was the first time I played in that type of weather. That mucky.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and
Sure.
it's a difference.
Yeah, you got to grind a little bit.
Yeah, you got to grind.
Yeah.
You club up, you club down.
Yeah, there
that was
you go.
my first time checking it out like that.
Yeah, I played a golf tournament over the weekend out at the beach, and the winds you got to get used to.
Yeah.
Now, it's one thing if you play your golf or inland and look, it can get windy all over town. I get it, but I'm talking about playing in 20, 25 pretty consistent winds. Make real differences in how you club and how you approach. You can kind of play around, zip out there and play around, but man, when you got to grind through competitive golf, 3 or 4 rounds in a row playing those conditions, it grinds on you a little bit. So to your point, playing in just even a little bit of muck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you keep up the golf, and you will, we're getting into muck season here. You're gonna have to play golf where it's 44 degrees and it's cold, or you deal with. Now look, the beautiful thing here in Florida is that 250 days a year are perfect for golf.
Correct. Yeah.
You're gonna have your rainy days. You're gonna have some cold days. You're gonna have some days that aren't gonna be ideal. But yeah, well, welcome to another level of golf.
I'll tell you this:
the uncomfortable part.
When you hit it fat in the muck, you can really tell if it's different.
Wait till that ground freezes a little bit for you. Maybe hit the ground there. It's like just slamming that 5 iron down into the cart path. So we're gonna have Matt Every Hicks off here for a few days. We're gonna have Matt Every in studio with us on Thursday and Friday. So looking forward to that. We haven't caught up with Matty in a while. You were saying that you saw him doing something on either his Instagram or PGA Tour's Instagram. What was going on?
Yeah, so wide receiver Parker Washington, he I guess on his day off, he went to see what it was like to be a producer for the PGA Tour.
Okay, all right.
So he was on desk and he was in the producing room, and I saw him at the desk with Matt Every. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Matt obviously does that PGA Tour live where they broadcast the play-by-play of these golf. By the way, PGA Tour season is going right now. In fact, we should be real close to the event up at Sea Island.
Oh,
there's a event up there every year, so that's probably right here around the corner as well. But anyway, Matt, Every in with us, not just talking golf, but other stuff here on Thursday and Friday. So we look forward to that. In addition to all our football talk, and we'll have baseball talk today. It's the Murphy Power Hour, so. That's always fun. We talk about chess versus checkers when it comes to running a franchise. I haven't really paid attention to all of these trades that is as far as what's been coming back. We've dealt a bunch of guys for 5th and 6th and 7th round picks, it feels like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are those all coming next year, aren't they?
Yes.
I wonder if somehow the plan isn't to unload as many of those as you can and improve yourself in the 2027 draft. Because the word on the streets is, compared to 2025, the draft that we had back in April, and the 2026 draft that's coming, apparently the 2027 draft is going to be a bombshell. teams may be slower to get rid of 2027 first-round picks, especially knowing it could be this is reading from an article here, the largest assortment of blue-chip talent available in a few years.
The 2027 draft?
2027 draft.
Okay.
The only 2027 top 100 pick to be traded so far was Green Bay. They traded that first-round pick in exchange for Micah Parsons, so it might carry a little extra value, especially if Dallas or if Green Bay underperforms for Dallas, which is probably unlikely the way they're playing. But just for example, those awesome receivers at Alabama and Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, they'll both be coming out. There are like DJ Lagway, with the thought being with a year of seasoning. Some of the quarterbacks that would come out this year and be mid-first rounders have eligibility left. So, you're wondering if guys, like Mendoza, some of these others, whether or not they choose to come out. So, look, the thought was at one point that this coming draft was a really good draft, but as it's settling in, here are some of the names to know. They say C.J. Card, Dylan Raiola, DJ Lagway. Let's don't really concentrate so much on the quarterback position. That's not going to be one addressed here. You'd like for it to be a lot of good quarterbacks just for when it's coming up on the draft. It eliminates, competition for the positions you're after. The wide receiver class, particularly strong. Told you about Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. Smith especially thought to be the real deal, but Auburn's Cam Coleman, Texas Ryan Wingo, Michigan State as a kid, Nick Marsh, getting a lot of attention from the NFL scouts. You got a couple of big-time offensive tackles. You got an edge rusher from South Carolina, an edge rusher from Texas, a Notre Dame corner. So there seems to be a lot of attention already focused on the 2027 draft. Maybe something to keep in mind. We don't want to deal any more of those picks, perhaps, and maybe some combination of what it feels like. We got 20 picks coming up in 2026. We don't have our first, obviously,
right?
But it feels like we got a ton. We'll see. How will those be used? We'll find out. Well, listen, get used to this. We haven't had this for maybe ever. Get used to learning the GOAT, Michael Jordan's opinion on a variety of NBA issues. That they're not all new issues, but when it comes to Jordan's perspective on them, they are, because we haven't, like, today's topic is a perfect example, and understand Jordan is appearing on NBC and Peacock's coverage as part of the NBA telecast this year. It's called Insight to Excellence. It's a series that yesterday aired after the Bucks beat the Knicks on Tuesday night. And one of the topics that came up was load management. And good for Michael Jordan calling it what it is. These guys make more money than ever and find more reasons to not want to work than anybody. The lack of athletic and competitive pride from these load managers is embarrassing. Those are my words, not his airness. But he did share his thoughts. Quote, "It shouldn't be needed first and foremost. I never wanted to miss a game. It was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket."
Let's say that better. That's GOAT talk right there.
That's GOAT talk. If compared to these wine sippers that we, fall over for today, these and y'all want to talk about, could today's NBA players beat those dudes in the 80s and 90s? They would beat these boys into oblivion. Bird and Magic and Jordan and Barkley, these cutthroat. They want to see your heart, man. Those guys didn't want to just beat you. They want to see your heart. You know what they want to see over here? What you post on Instagram after the game. Over his 15-year Hall of Fame career, Jordan rarely played in fewer than 70 in a season. In fact, the 3 times it happened, one was a broken foot.
Broken leg, broken foot, yeah.
Second was when he came out of retirement midseason. And the third was in his first season after coming out of retirement the second time. Every other year, if that man was anywhere near him, he played at least 70 games. He continued. You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So the guys are coming to watch me play. I don't want to miss that opportunity. Physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens. Jordan famously won the NBA Finals with a flu game.
Flu game.
I wonder if
hungover, but whatever.
I wonder if there's not a whole lot of. I wonder how many of today's players wouldn't play. I don't know.
Oh, come on. Man, stomach issues, all of that. You get that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Man, stop it. Or did it hungover, man. Stop.
Man, I don't know if he did it hungover. But yeah, that's you're going deep. You're throwing an awful big conspiracy theory on the boys.
Yeah,
you're
right.
And taking away one of his moments.
You're right. You know what? Flu game it is.
Yeah. Either way.
Either way, he did it.
Yeah. That's the mind. Look, it's the mindset. I mean, look, the bottom line is, at least the reports, if you believe he had a temperature of 103, man, there ain't no good hard drinker carrying 103 at 8 o'clock the next night. There is no hangover that works that way. We'll come back with a football fix. We're just life lessons here with your boys. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is your VSIN Action Update. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars on the road to the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday at Allegiant Stadium. The Jaguars laying 3 with a total that has moved from 43.5 to 44.5. The Raiders are 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games as an underdog, and they have lost 8 straight against teams with a winning record. Florida and Georgia meet at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville Saturday. The 5th-ranked Bulldogs, 7-point favorites. Florida State, 9.5-point favorites at home with Wake Forest. UCF, +4 at Baylor. Game 5 of the World Series today, Dodgers -209 against the Blue Jays in L.A. Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Business owners, listen up. If your plumbing or AC company keeps giving you the runaround, it's time to cut them loose. Call my friends at Duck Duck Rooter. They already partner with some of the biggest commercial operations in Northeast Florida, like the Jaguars and station operations. Their office team makes invoicing a breeze, and their field techs, top-notch pros. Make the switch today. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken 180.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you, on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides, and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
Hidden Hills Golf Club on Monument Road has a little bit of something for everyone. So whether you want to practice, play, or just relax with friends at the Hills Grill, Hidden Hills is the place for you. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, welcome back. So we're about a week removed from the absolute bombshell. Was it Thursday or Friday that the news broke that a sitting NBA head coach was being arrested, caught up in a gambling sting? A guy who is currently under a $96 million contract playing for the Miami Heat, caught up in this sting. And one of the things that is so hard for us normal people to wrap our brains around, look, you get it if Johnny Skid Row is trying to make a buck to keep his head above water, right? I mean, it doesn't make it any less wrong, but you understand when someone's coming from a spot of desperation. But no, when your own hubris and narcissism somehow has you with both a $96 million contract and an $8 million tax lien, then we're just talking pure, unadulterated highway robbery greed. And we're learning that Terry Rozier faced just that, $8 million tax lien. This guy's making $96 million, boss. Makes it worse. Makes it worse. The IRS issued a tax lien of more than $8 million against Terry Rozier in November 2023, months after he allegedly pulled himself early from an NBA game as part of an illegal gambling scheme. FBI arrested Rozier last week amid a huge federal investigation into sports betting and illegal gambling. He owed $8.2 million. There is no lien release on record, so Rozier's debt either remains unpaid or is being processed. They also show a construction lien filed against Rozier in 2022. These guys just have no clue on how to manage money, I suppose, to eat, or just don't pay. It's one of the, like Antonio Brown would do this. He'd have all these stuff done and then just not pay you. It's got to be so frustrating if you're a business, you're a contractor, like, oh man, I got one here, right?
Right. And then they
got
just
to be a
don't
pro
pay.
athlete, and then you just don't pay?
They get all that work done.
All that work? I mean, bro, you're making $17 million this year.
And then they'll just let him keep going. Oh, he got it. He'll
Yeah,
get me.
right.
He'll get me. He'll get me just one lump sum.
So Rozier's biggest sin here specifically implicated March 23rd, 2023, game between the Hornets, who he played for at the time, and the Pelicans, pulled himself from a game as part of a pre-planned move with his gambling ring. Played just 10 minutes before leaving the game with a foot injury. Sportsbooks had received $200,000 in wagers on prop bets for Rozier's points, rebounds, and assists. He gets charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering. Again, the dude is on like a 4-year, $96 million, I think.
Damn.
I mean, so if you're wondering why these guys are so rich, why would they do that? Well, apparently they're not rich. It makes it worse. By the way, this reminder to pro athletes in the shadow of our conversation last segment about load management. Don't forget, and it's easy to, don't forget what y'all do. I got to tell ourselves that sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
Get frustrated with this or feel that, hey, man, step back. God bless. I ain't forgetting what I do here.
Right.
Pro athletes forget what they do. Y'all forget what you do, man.
That they play a game.
You play a game, not just for a living anymore, by the way. You play a game for excessive riches.
Yeah.
And many of you play a small role for excessive riches. Don't lose sight of it, man. That's why the whole golf thing is so distasteful. When you guys are talking, or asking for money, I gather up 8 buddies and we go pay a king's ransom to play these places and be treated like y'all are treated.
Correct.
You know, I got NFL players that want to push back against offseason and the weight training. Meanwhile, dude around the corner is paying $69 a month for the right to go work out with weights.
Yeah.
Don't forget what y'all do, man. And there seems to be some of that in play. I don't know how else to explain dudes that make, literally $100 million in their career and they got to steal from me and you or from whoever. Now, look, the implications get dulled down a little bit because you got a bunch of degenerates sitting in a rigged game to begin with. Y'all do you. If that's how you're going to choose to throw your money around, buyer beware. The most interesting thing, though, and the Rozier is different from the poker thing, which is what Billups was doing. And again, I gave you my suggestion. I bet you Billups got caught up in it in order to get out. The mob said, "You're running it now. You recruit the guys.
You're a big name.
I'm just suggesting." But there was a poker pro, right, who on his podcast, like back in late 2023, and if you're on social media, you may have come across it by now. If not, you could search that. His name's Matt Berkey, and he basically said, "I can tell you all about a game that's going on right now. Chauncey Billups runs, and it's as crooked and fixed as there is.
Wow,
it's a cheater's game." And then he goes into it. I know pros, and you got guys who don't know anything about poker, throwing in hundreds of big blinds on a gut shot straight and hitting it. If you know poker terminology, then what I just said made sense. If not, super long shot, you put it all in, and then, lo and behold, there's the card. I looked at the technology they were using. Like in some cases, the cards are what the card is on the card for the dude wearing the right glasses.
Yeah, like you can see it through it.
Yeah, you can see, like they put on top of the card in an ink that to the
the regular eye can't see.
And it's telling you what every card is. I mean, poker is a game that you cannot win if someone knows the cards. You can't.
Yeah.
And you cannot lose if you know them.
Yeah.
You just can't. And in many cases, they were saying the shuffler put it so that the hand was determined before the first card ever went out.
Man.
Like they could rig the shuffler.
Right.
The shuffle is what it is. You're going to give these cards to everyone. Then you're going to burn and you're going to put them down. And they could assort it so they could guarantee that this guy has a massive hand that's going to lose to this guy as long as he runs it out. Yeah.
For big bucks.
Big bucks, man. One dude, $1.8 million.
The night?
I don't know. I don't know over the course. I would
Right.
I would hope that was added up. So anyway, all right, we'll save the football fix. We'll drop that in on you coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have 10-minute drill. We got Get Smart John in the 7 o'clock hour. We got Daniel Murphy, the Murphy Power Hour, talking World Series, now knotted at 2 apiece. So reset the night in sports and more when we return. You are listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Get in the huddle with 1010XL's QB.
All right, guys, let's make a play for 1010XL.
David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jags.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Mikhail Petrie, a senior football and soccer player at Stanton College Prep. Mikhail is a member of the National Honor Society. He is also an AP Scholar with distinction.
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaround. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit MorganConleyRoofing.org.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Sawgrass Asset Management loves this time of year when two decorated teams meet in the world of college football. Every year, we relive the rivalry with great moments from both sides of the big game thanks to Sawgrass Asset Management, specializing in high-quality growth stock and fixed income portfolios for institutional and high-net-worth investors. A Jacksonville company proud to be involved in the community. That's Sawgrass Asset Management. Log on to saw-grass.com to find out more.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said, "Gone boating." But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Sunrise Heating and AC North Florida. As the Jags enter the second half, head coach Liam Cohen says it's time to jumpstart the offense.
Different tweaks of how we want to try to get guys the ball in space.
Florida, Georgia kicks off 3:30 Saturday at Everbank. RC City is packed, and with construction around the stadium, tailgaters are encouraged to plan ahead. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 7 a.m. and it's 56 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Oh, guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Woo-hoo! Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Leslie, guess what today is?
E?
Leslie, guess what today is?
Not Monday.
Oh.
Leslie, guess what today is?
Ooh, not Friday.
Leslie, guess
Somewhere
what
in the
today
middle, I
is?
believe.
Oh, it's right in the middle. We call that Hump Day.
I'm sure somewhere Dan Hicken is bobbing his head like OMW.
Uh-oh.
I would suppose.
What day is it, Mike?
Camel's crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, he deranged.
Maybe that camel's what started this whole AI animal video craze.
You know what? You might be onto something there.
You know, I mean, now I look, there's animals like Mike. They're all over the place now. Just look online. I mean, I got, you know, the dogs and cats raising families of foxes together. Sweet, inspirational little stories for sure.
I seen a pit bull take out a tiger.
For sure. You know, are the Jaguars, by the way, welcome aboard. It's the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to take a couple days off here heading into Florida, Georgia weekend. I haven't forgotten about that Florida-Georgia game. I had this little reminder of a realization, and that's this. It's good to be king. Here's what I mean. The Florida football program is stuck in mud. Is that fair, E?
That's fair.
Right? I mean, it's been the real dregs with Billy Napier. It's just been terrible. Year after year of barely 500 football. No expectations reached. Just a litany of droning post-game excuses. Just been awful. They'll play Georgia this week, who, you know, their arch rival, will just continue to roll. They'll play the Dogs this week. Georgia still, as typical at this time of year, has national title hopes. The Gators just hoping to show some signs that would make the next head coach encouraged. Significant underdogs. Is it 7.5, 8 points? I think it's settled at right now. Georgia is favored over Florida Saturday down at the stadium. Meanwhile, the number 3 team in the country, the defending national champions, open with a nationally televised, premiered top 10 matchup. The Florida Gators and Arizona Wildcats get top billing on season opening day, Monday, November 3rd. They'll play at 7 o'clock in a tip-off classic out there in Las Vegas, where the Jaguars travel this weekend. And yet, if you did a straw poll right now of which game has your interest, Gator fan, which one would you most rather watch, which is more important to you, however you want to describe it, I think it's still the boys wearing the pads and the helmets on Saturday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be king, man. And that's what makes a job appealing to competitors that want to win. Florida is a school celebrating still basking in a national title in basketball. They open with a premier, but how much Gator basketball talk is there around the state this week, you think?
Oh, basketball?
Yeah, here in town. A lot of people talking Gator hoops around town. I mean, you might have a sidebar conversation for a couple minutes. Now, granted, part of it is where you are in the season, how important games are. Like if you ask Gator fan right now, would you rather have a basketball win over Arizona or a football win over Georgia? It'd be football win over Georgia almost across the board. Now,
Yes.
it's almost an unfair question because you have a lot of outs on the basketball side. You're going to play a long season. You got a tournament at the end. You're a good team. It won't really indicate much, but all things being equal, you have if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't. I mean, you would still want the football win.
Yeah, like if you asked if you want a national championship as basketball and a national championship as a football school.
That's not even the question is this, the realistic one, the quickie poll would be this, as a Gator fan.
Correct.
And now you're sitting 3-3. You got 3 football titles. You got 3 basketball titles, right? Bottom line, this is the question to ask. Would you rather win a national title in basketball?
Correct.
Or an SEC title in football?
Oh,
that's the question. There is no would you rather win a national in basketball versus a national in football? There is no such thing. Would you rather win a national title in basketball or an SEC title in football?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I like that.
That I'd like to think that I would continue to say that I'd rather win the national title in basketball. And by the way, let's don't forget how fun it is to win that national title in hoops.
Oh, for sure.
You got to go step by step. You got to climb 6 rungs of that ladder.
Especially the way that they did it last year.
Oh, man, trailing in the final moments. It was unbelievable sports fun. But, yeah, I still think most of Gator Nation, there's plenty of people that will wear a football jersey Saturday afternoon and put the game on that couldn't tell you who Alex Condon is, in fairness, right? For some people, basketball is what, like, college baseball is. Yeah, you're an awareness. You root for them if they're on. I mean,
right.
I know it's more mainstream. I don't mean to compare it to that, but, yeah.
Just don't follow it like that.
Yeah. And almost every Gator fan would take a win over Georgia this week over a win over Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
But again, it's almost apples to oranges to a degree because of, the urgency of the football season. Boy, Florida could be a shocker. Be one of the big upsets in the series. We'll talk more about this game with the Riley Report later in the week. We've got the Quarterback Whisperer on Friday. Matt Every and his Gator perspective will join us the next 2 days in studio. And I got the Murphy Power Hour and what the Florida-Georgia games means here in Jacksonville. So all storylines that we will dip our toes into as we finish up a terrific football weekend. It includes Florida-Georgia at the stadium, the Jaguars on the road at Vegas, and then, as mentioned, the Gators followed up on Monday. That would have been a fun trip to take. If you're a Jaguar Gator fan, it would have been a lot of fun to go out to the Jags on Sunday, stay Sunday night, then go to the Gator basketball game on Monday.
Yeah,
that would have been that would have come together nicely for you. E, let me ask you a question. Trade deadline is next Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's kind of all quiet around here. If we were 6-1 right now, or 5-2, if we had won one of those 2 games, would we be percolating on the trade deadline? Like, we haven't really mentioned it much even around here.
I think so.
In a few weeks, so. I've got here a list of the top 15 players available at the trade deadline.
All right.
So work with me here. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How active? Understand, we don't have a first rounder next year. So whatever we're given, and at least according to that one column we dove into in the 6 o'clock hour, might want to be a little slower to give up 2027 picks, especially high ones.
So this is if we were 6-1 or just
right now.
Okay, cool.
Look, I would argue at 4-3, you should be more interested in the trade deadline than you were at 6-1. But if you're 6-1, you almost look like, can a piece make us a champion?
Yes,
now, they don't look like a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
They look like a playoff contender. They are a playoff contender. They don't look right now like a Super Bowl contender.
If this one guy is on my list, it's definitely a thumbs up. But I'm listening.
Okay. I learned that the maple brown sugar oatmeal creamer is Taylor Doll's.
Shout out Taylor.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tell her I took one little shot by accident, and I've gone back to my plain creamer, but I feel cheated now. I'm going to have to find some of that maple brown sugar coffee creamer. It's fantastic. All right, here are the top 15 names, at least according to Sports Illustrated. By the way, if they put Edge next to your name, I want to listen. Jalen Phillips, Edge, Dolphins, listed as the 15th best player. Boy, if that's number 15, what are we giving up? They're saying could be a buy low, high upside player. That sounds like the kind of guy you need to go after.
That's correct.
Right, I can't afford. So you'll take a 5th rounder next year? Okay. Right?
I would.
Yeah, 5th round. If that's what I'm going to give,
Right.
here's what they say: Phillips isn't as good as some of the players on this section, but he has a real chance of being moved. Unlike the top 2 names on the honorable mention, so he's ahead of some honorable mention. But the honorable mention players they say are better, but they won't be moved. Phillips could be a buy low, high upside player. He's had a lot of injuries the last 2 years. Yeah. Says plenty that Phillips, who has 2 sacks, is playing 72% of the Dolphins' defensive snaps. So it sounds like he's getting a lot of opportunities, not getting to the quarterback. It seems like we got those guys here. Tariq Woolen, the cornerback Seahawks. I don't think we go corner.
No, I don't think so.
Njoku, tight end Browns. Boy, that's a playmaker.
He is.
Could you? I mean, even if Brenton Strange is back, could you use
He's a
Njoku?
playmaker, man.
And they have a rookie up there who has been lights out, Harold Fannin Jr. But Njoku still has 27 catches, 260 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Numbers better than our number 1 receiver on a bad team, the Browns. Mark Andrews, that's a little different. I think I'd rather have Njoku. I'd rather have that kind of skills. Oh, shoots it down. Here is Carl Granderson, edge rusher Saints. They write, Granderson has got enough attention for how consistent he's been since entering the league in 2019. He has 4.5 sacks this year.
Oh, that's probably tied for the league.
33 total in his 7 years. So dude's getting 4.5, 5 a year. You know, where's Gardeck? Where's he been? Gardeck, we thought might, right? We saw him early in the year with some pressure. Right? No one's getting to the quarterback, man. You know, we said this earlier, for the amount of snaps that Josh Allen has had, I don't care how many passes defended, I don't care how many quarterback hits, I don't care how many pressures. You got a half a sack and 200 rushes? What? So there's, again, if it's edge rusher, I'm willing to listen. A receiver, Rashid Shaheed from the Saints, he's a dynamic player.
Yeah.
Our guys can't catch, so, you know, we'll see if they, you know, I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't know why. Is Trevor throwing the ball too hard?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like in an effort just to put it all on 16, we get into like to a level that I'd call a reach.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a reach to talk about a catchable ball. Those things are measured with drops and catchable balls. They're the same all around the league. So, I mean, just keep it within reason when it comes to finding ways to improve. All right. Brees Hall, running back Jets, no. Jacoby Myers, wide receiver Raiders. Again, what are you asking? Can he be a? You know, I don't know, man. Our guys aren't making plays. They're not catching balls. Anyway, Chris Olave, Saints. Man, the Saints fire sale here.
I'd definitely go get them.
Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau.
I'd listen to it.
They've got, you know, Abdul Carter. They're developing. Thibodeau has 23.5 sacks in 4 years, 2.5 this year.
I'd entertain it.
Yeah, it depends on what you're giving up. Jalen Waddle, Dolphins. Yeah, that's a playmaker. Yeah, that's a playmaker. Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals.
Absolutely.
Edge rusher. How much am I giving up? You know, at 31 years of age is a little bit of a maybe roadblock. Jeffrey Simmons, we're not trading in the division. And the number 1 player, we'll see him this weekend as well. Max Crosby.
That's what I want right there.
That's the guy when we started this that you were talking about, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, the Dodgers take it on the chin last night. Give Toronto credit, man. They answer the bell after that 18-inning, near 7-hour marathon. They get to Shohei Ohtani, and they beat the Dodgers last night 6-2. We'll have much more talk on the baseball and how we've gotten to where we are. Just best of 3 now, man. Best of 3. 1 in L.A., 2 in Toronto. The series all tied at 2 apiece. And, again, we'll have more on that as we move, especially with the benefit of Daniel Murphy. So let's do this. Let's step aside. We'll come back. E will fire off some 10-minute drill topics. We'll welcome John for a couple segments, see how we do and get smart. Did we had a perfect game last week? I want to say we did.
Yeah, I think we had 2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean we've been hot. So we'll see how we do this week. Then that is next. No, it's 7. No, it's not. Is it? Or unless he changed it. No. It's 2 segments. We do this the 20 and the 40.
All right, you're right.
That's what it is, right? We talking here. Don't worry about us. We got no pretense to this program. Y'all are part of us. We'll peel back the curtain. If we're trying to figure ourselves out, come on with us. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
As we head into the second half of the Jaguars season, we're still trying to figure out exactly who this football team is. What characteristics define this football team? We know they want to be physical, but are they? Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. They only have 8 sacks. They're not exactly running the ball great, and Trevor Lawrence has been sacked 14 times over the last 2 games. That's not physical football. Can they get back to that? I think they can, but they're going to have to play much, much better. We're trying to figure out exactly who these Jags are going to be. We really still don't have any idea. Are they the team that beat the Niners and the Chiefs, or are they the team that lost to the Seahawks and the Rams?
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. What does Johnny O know best? O knows Jacksonville football.
Okay, say, oh my.
Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft on 1010XL.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects? Or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Like to learn how to fly an airplane? Well, you're not alone. High Flying Jacko here, inviting you to listen Sunday morning. We'll start your aviation career with a 60-minute ride on the airwaves of 1010XL. The High Flying Show, Sunday at 9 on 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Amber Frangie. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. Call them at 844-346-1800. That's Awaken 180.
If you're making plans to see our home team in Nashville against the Titans in November, go to 1010XL.com and click the Omni Nashville banner for the 1010XL special rate, only for 1010XL listeners. That's the Omni Nashville banner on the 1010XL website.
Hey, Hicken here. I know it's too early to talk about the holiday season coming up, but my friends at Beards Diamonds are stocking up like never before. No need to rush it now, but when you are ready, Beards will be ready. This is Jacksonville's local diamond powerhouse. Unlike the other stores in the town center, Beards is not a Wall Street-owned jeweler. Family-owned. Say hi to the Lupos when you go by great folks here in Jacksonville. They run circles around those conglomerate stores that claim to have direct pricing. Beards beats them every day. And if you're wondering about lab-grown diamonds, Beards can teach you. They have natural and lab-grown. And don't forget, Beards has case after case of fashion jewelry. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones, pearls, yellow gold. Bottom line, you don't need to shop anywhere else. Beards is local. They got a massive selection. They stand behind what they sell. They take care of local customers. 100% accountable because they live here. Check them out and you will see Beards Diamonds rocks at the St. John's Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill. Get Smart John is polished up by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hit it!
I want to rock right now. I want to rock right now. You know what I just realized?
What's that?
The lovely and talented Helmets and Heels are off to Vegas.
Oh, they already took off?
Right, so I think they already took off, which means, that maple brown sugar coffee creamer.
It's a wrap on that.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need to go to the store before they return so that I can properly replace what I'm now going to be awful hard not to just down over the course of the next couple of days. When the cat's away, the mice will play. Walking through we got some unique names here at 1010XL. Like Taylor Doll, it's a unique name. And I was thinking about the one dude here, our guy Max. Max has a name like a Batman villain.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Yeah.
First and last, right? Yeah. Dude's name is Max Fink. Sounds like a Batman villain. Villain. Yeah, him and Two-Face are going to pull off a job coming up this weekend. All right. What do we got here as far as the 10-minute drill? What has caught your eye? What opinions would you like expounded upon? And then we got to get Smart John for a couple segments later this hour as well.
My main opinion.
Okay.
After the Toronto Blue Jays tied it up last night in the World Series 2-2, I believe, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I remember growing up just seeing his dad play. So it's cool to see him playing for the same franchise and, he's doing his thing. But what caught my eye is because early on, Jeff, you said that I'll take the Dodgers versus the field.
Correct. Now
that they're all tied up 2-2, what is your confidence that the Dodgers will still be the World Series champions?
I still think that, over the course of the 162 and then this postseason that they will finish off this series. I still think that, they still got Yamamoto to come at them. But tonight is a big, big, big game. It is. It's a Captain Obvious here. A 7-game series is tied at 2. It certainly puts a lot of emphasis on this game tonight. But if the Dodgers, I think the Dodgers will win tonight, right? Which means if I think that, then I think the series goes back to Toronto with the Dodgers up 3-2. And if I think that, then I think the Dodgers will find a way to win one of those two. So, but I'll give them credit. I'll give the Blue Jays credit for fighting back and winning that game last night. They didn't show any back down at all. The moment wasn't too big for them at all. That makes sense. They've got some good veteran players on that team. They've been clutch. They were a clutch team all year. And this Blue Jays team has a lot of what recent successful World Series champions have had. And that is they've gotten hot. They've gotten a great chemistry. And, there's an aspect of these teams that win. There's an aspect that they're doing like way beyond what would be normal. And like in the Blue Jays case, it's the bottom of their lineup is unbelievable. Like hitters 7, 8, 9, you're supposed to get a little breather, if you're the opponent. But the Blue Jays 7, 8, and 9 hitters throughout the postseason have delivered. They did again last night. So the Dodgers need to win it at home tonight. I'm looking for the dadgum pitching matchups here, and it doesn't want to give them to me, and it's annoying the absolute slop out of me. All right, here we go. Savage is going to go for the Blue Jays, Blake Snell. So we're back to the Game 1 starters with Game 5 coming up tonight. Blue Jays were able to get to Snell, right? That's the game. Toronto scored 9 in an inning, not all off of him. But this matchup, Savage against Snell, the Blue Jays won in Toronto. The Dodgers better hope they don't tonight. So in a long-winded answer to your question after the Blue Jays and another Vladdy homer last night, 1-6-2, no, I will still take the Dodgers against the field.
All right, let's swap it over to the NFL. Jeffrey Prosser, if you could pick the MVP, the Offensive Player of the Year, and the Defensive Player of the Year through 7 weeks, who would get your votes? Because the past couple of weeks, we've been tossing some names around, but if you would give it to somebody today, who would get your votes for the MVP, the Offensive Player of the Year, and the Defensive Player of the Year?
Right now, what would I do if it were my vote? One guy would get both.
Okay.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor would be the MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think Jonathan Taylor's winning the MVP.
Right.
And I think after 17 games, I don't think that I would vote for him to be the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But as I sit here right now, and he's taken the Colts to 7-1, and with a huge assist from Daniel Jones, who's gotten off to a good start as well. He should get some consideration. But I think Jonathan Taylor and what he's doing week after week. He's had 3 touchdown games already 3 times this year.
Right.
The Colts are unbeaten in the conference. They're 7-1 overall, I believe, and have just been the best team in football. And he's been the best weapon, right? He's been the scariest offensive player, hasn't he? So, and I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I would go Jonathan Taylor for both of those. On the defensive side of the ball, maybe Nick. I don't know, man. I don't know. If Myles Garrett goes on to 20, it's going to be him, even on a bad team.
Yeah, boy.
But, Brian Burns of the Giants also has 10.
Oh, he got 10?
He's got 10 also. Myles Garrett has 10. Brian Burns of the Giants. The problem is those are 2 losing teams.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a harder one. I think it's got to play out. I got to see who emerges right there. I was tempted to say this guy, Nick Bonito. For the Broncos, very good player. He's going to be all-pro.
Yeah.
But are the Broncos going to have the Defensive Player of the Year, a different guy 2 years in a row?
Right. Oh.
Surtain won last year, right?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay, how about this?
All right.
Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP for your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP.
Through 7 weeks.
Okay. The Defensive Player of the Year
No
is
brainer.
easy. That's Devin Lloyd.
Even with the games missed.
He's the MVP.
Okay, all right.
I mean, he is. He's been the most consistent. That pick 6 won the
That's
Chiefs
fair.
game. It's hard on the offensive side. No one has stood out. It really is. Who is the offensive? Britton Strange, maybe. And he hadn't been great. He's had penalties called on him. He's been injured. So I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't know who the MVP is. I don't know. The receivers, I don't know. My God, could it be Trevor?
Right, offensive player.
The few games that they've won. I mean, if it's someone else, there's
he definitely would be at the top.
Well, there's no other position. Like, okay, if we don't have him, do we not win this, or do we win? I don't know. And again, that's a fallback. I'm not screaming that from the rooftops by any stretch.
All right, Jeff. In order to secure Lane Kiffin as the next head coach for the Florida Gators, what do they need to do?
That's a great question. I don't think that Florida they need to show him the proper amount of want to, just enough to scratch him behind the ears just to make sure. They need to put together a package that is as competitive as any of the other suitors. And then they need to hope that Lane Kiffin would rather live in Gainesville, Florida than Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or State College, Pennsylvania, or some NFL city.
Right.
I don't know if there's anything above and beyond. If there was, I think they'd do it. You want to send Steve Spurrier on a plane to talk to Kiffin, his child? I mean, I would be creative.
Right.
I would almost recruit him like you recruit some of this top talent.
For sure.
I saw an interesting meme. It was it was Lane Kiffin at like one of those recruiting tables with the 4 hats. They should televise it.
Yeah.
He should make his decision and just come out and pick a hat. If anybody could,
I feel like Lane would be for that.
He could pull that off, couldn't
he?
he?
Absolutely.
So I am just going to hope that Florida is not going to come up short in any area in trying to get the coach they want for any reason. That's unacceptable, and they dang well better not settle again on a group of 5 or a assistant they think's going to work, because y'all dumb, man. Y'all don't know how to pick them. Scott Strickland can't pick a coach any better than picks his nose, man. He can't pick anything. He's been terrible. He hit the jackpot. He hit the lottery with a blind dart throw at Todd Golden. Somebody steered him in the right direction, so he got one. Every other hire this dude's made in Gainesville has been atrocious. Understand that. So why suddenly is he going to be some savant when it comes to choosing the right guy? As best you can and do it quietly, eliminate Scott Strickland from the process. Search committee, boosters, ambassadors, whatever it is, don't let that guy anywhere near the contract, because he's no good at it. He picks losers. over and over in every sport, except for Golden, his golden ticket.
Now, Jeff, Florida Georgia is this weekend.
I heard.
And you got a lot of time spent down there, a lot of time watching Florida Georgia, and I know you got a lot of memories.
Yeah.
But as we sit here right now, and I'm asking you this question, what comes to mind as like a Florida Georgia memory of yours?
That's what an interesting question, E.T.
All right.
Because this doesn't necessarily have to be
a
success or a win. It's like, what's the first thing you think when you think Florida Georgia for me?
Well, yes.
I got a couple.
All right.
One, I think of 1990, Steve Spurrier's first year in Gainesville. After I'd gone to Florida Georgia every game when I was in college from 85 to 89.
Right.
We won one. In the others, we have no offense. We lose 20 to 7 or 23 to 3 or 10 to 7. Georgia wasn't great then either with Ray Goff, but they were good enough to beat Florida year after. I guess actually they still had Vince Dooley when I was in school, at least for part of it. So Spurrier's first year, I went up there with my best friend, God rest his soul, not with us anymore. We drove up to Jacksonville for Florida, Georgia, and Spurrier just put it on them. 38-3, I think the final was. So I remember one play, and I can remember sitting there and not getting aggressive and taunting, but sitting. We had our ticket and a group of Georgia fans and just having a loud conversation. This is awesome. They can't even stop us. Boo! This is going to be fun the next 10 years, having this conversation just loud enough to everyone. Yeah, boy, there's a new sheriff in town here, man.
Yeah.
And Terrence Barber caught a touchdown and did a backflip in the end zone, and that has always kind of stood with me because it was Spurrier putting his imprint on a series that had been always heartbreak for Florida.
Yeah.
Just terrible. So I remember that. And I remember Georgia storming the field after they scored that silly touchdown for Mark Richt's one win, ever in the series. It felt like Georgia scored a touchdown earlier, and the whole team they had planned.
I do remember that. I do remember.
Now,
that.
look, I can also tell you thousands of plays and games and moments and memories, and there are a
For
bunch.
sure.
But when you just asked me what flipped into my mind, it wasn't my first trip to Jacksonville for Florida Georgia as a college student. No, it was the first one. It was Spurrier's first game, and how he just continued to completely flip the script on what Florida football could be. And the Georgia game symbolized what Florida football couldn't be. They would lose to them no matter what. Better team, worse team, didn't matter, it seemed like most years. And so that was just like that was the exclamation point on what Florida football was going to be. And they were going to and then Spurrier came to Jacksonville and beat them 11 out of 12. 11-1 against Georgia, one loss in 1997. That's it. So it was a precursor to that. All right, that's today's 10-minute drill. E.T., you got some swag for the gang?
I got some razzle-dazzle for him. I got a $30 gift certificate to Top Dog Tavern. That's a classic American fare right there in Bartram Park. One lucky winner can hit me up at the end of the 10-minute drill, which is right now, to win that $30 gift card. That's 904-641-1010.
All right, we'll fire up the hotline, and we will welcome Get Smart John for a couple of segments of trivia. We've still got Daniel Murphy coming your way today as well. It's a hump day, stump day on 1010XL.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosper here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coyle Fencing. Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coyle has been installing fences since before Emery Ballard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit CoyleJacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Time to get ready for the spooky season by eliminating all that spooky dirt, grimes, and spills with Zero Res. Yeah, call the cleaning freaks. Don't ghost that carpet of yours this fall. Let them get your house looking better, smelling better, feeling better. That's what Zero Res does, man. Right now, you get your entire home Zero Resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus a free haul for Halloween. For something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home, it's in your air ducts. This month, take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at zeroesjacksonville.com or call 287-5727. That's 287-5727. And ask for the 1010 XL special. Zero Res, you spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Frank Frangie here. Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Get Smart John.
Missed it by that much.
On 1010XL.
All right, it's time to welcome in Get Smart John. See if we can't handle the difficult trivia challenge in front of us. John, one of the expert hosts on the First Coast, so he knows smarts when he hears it. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
So you're solo today, huh?
I am. That's right. Well, E's
Okay.
here.
I'm sorry, well, E, of course. I meant the full compliment, not there.
I got you. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Matt, we got Daniel Murphy coming up. I'll have Matt Every in with me the next 2 days, so we'll have a little fun.
Yes, you know, you were talking about memories of Florida Georgia. Unfortunately, mine are more negative, but the one that really stands out, my buddy Gator Roger and I, 1985, first time Florida's ranked number 1 in football.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it because we had these vendors in the stands trying to sell us these little posters saying Gators number 1. I remember saying, no, don't want to jinx it, you know. And then we proceed to lose 24-3.
That was open your ears here so you can be duly impressed with our sports knowledge and experiences. What was so painful about that game? couple of things stand out about 24-3, 1985. John's correct. Florida had beaten Auburn the week before, and Bo Jackson, and were number 1 in the AP poll for the first time in program history. This is the kind of thing I was talking about with the Florida-Georgia game. This was before Spurrier. This is 1985. So 2 things. Kerwin Bell threw for over 400 yards that day, and Florida scored 3 points. I think it was John L. Williams that got the fumbles that day. They had a couple fumbles. And then the other side of that same game, Georgia had 3 running backs go for over 100 yards.
Oof.
Yeah, Florida's number 1 in the country. They've just shut down Bo Jackson the week before.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was Lars Tate. It was Henderson. Who was the third?
Was it Hampton?
Hampton, maybe? Yeah, it may have been. Yeah, was it?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember.
It might have been. But they had 3 go over 100. Kerwin Bell threw for over 400. Florida scored 3 points. And then it got ugly after the game. And from that game, they changed the seating. Back then, it used to be like every 8th. Like it was almost checkerboard around. And then after that, they went to quarters. And now they're just in halves. Finally,
yeah. And here's, yeah, and then on top of that, speaking of Bo Jackson, he went on to win the Heisman Trophy that year.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so anyway.
Auburn has some good running backs. Britt Fullwood came along right after him, and in college was a real deal.
I remember watching Cadillac at Ronnie's.
Oh, yeah, that's 10 years later.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously this is Halloween week, so our questions last night are Halloween themed, so that's what we're going to go with, as is your audio clue this morning, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to get started, as we often do, alcohol.
Okay.
What spooky term meaning distilled alcohol is also a synonym for ghosts?
Spirits.
Spirits.
Have some spirits.
That's right.
You are really old if you call your alcohol. Hey, let's go have some spirits.
You're right.
There are still some place called so-and-so's Wine and Spirits.
Oh, yeah.
You still see that?
Yes.
All right, movies.
What is the name of the camp in the original film Friday the 13th?
Oh. Is it Camp Crystal Lake?
Yeah, I ain't gonna know.
It's at Crystal Lake. Why do I feel like there's like Sleepaway is in there somewhere?
You got me.
Camp Sleepaway. I think it's Camp. It's at Crystal Lake. I'm pretty sure, but I've seen this way too many times to not know the answer to this. Why do I think it's like there's Sleepaway or something? That doesn't sound right though, does it? Camp. Oh no. I just watched the Friday the 13th 100 the other day, and the beginning was setting up the damn. Is it not Crystal? It's the town is Crystal Lake.
Okay.
I want to say there's like Sleepaway or camps. Camp Sleepaway.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah. Camp Crystal Lake.
Camp. Yes.
Yeah, I had it. Well, you should have just let me have it. I had it.
Well, I was going to, but then you started to talk, and I didn't want to be. The Googans get on to me about, you give them a break.
And that's on me because I can usually read you, and I can read. I usually get something. So
he just stayed quiet.
It's Camp Crystal Lake. It is. I knew it was. I had it the whole time.
I know you know it.
I had it the whole time.
Okay. Yes, you did.
Son of a bee. I got
Sports.
Son of a beast.
And again, go with your first instinct, and you did. So, initially, what is the 2-word nickname of the Wake Forest sports teams?
The Demon Deacons, huh?
Yep.
Yes. History. 6 years after the beginning of the Silver Rush, which state was admitted to the Union on October 31st, 1864?
I think that might be John's home state there, Nevada.
It is, and thank you for pronouncing it correctly. Of course, if Dan were there, he would say Nevada.
Well, between you and Nevada and Tony back in the day with Colorado, I have changed from my I was always Nevada and Colorado for me, but Tony would always insist it's Colorado, and you always insist it's Nevada, so there you go.
Yes.
Worley, Tim Worley was the other running back.
Worley, okay. All right.
Worley, Henderson, and Tate all went for 100.
Okay.
Way to go, Gators. Go Gators.
Yeah. Oh, and on top of that, too, Jeff, that game, when we got the tickets, my buddy would say, hey, we could have gotten over $200 each for that ticket. And I actually would have said, hey, I would have taken that. But I said, no. Anyway. But
By the way, $200 back in the day was a lot. The ticket
was
probably
a lot of money.
$20
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah.
With the face value even.
Yeah. He's listening. I know. He's probably like, oh, yeah, geez. So, okay. Preservation. What ancient process involved removing organs, drying the body with natron, and wrapping it in linen?
I'm sorry, repeat the question, John.
Sure. And again, preservation is the category. What ancient process involved removing organs, drying the body with natron, that's N-A-T-R-O-N.
Mummification?
And,
Mummify?
Yeah, mummify?
Yes, mummification. Yes. Discoveries. In 1922, archaeologist Howard Carter discovered the tomb of what Egyptian pharaoh said to have unleashed a deadly curse?
Man, King Tut, is it?
Yeah, it's King Tut. It's exactly
Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
Yes. E, have you ever heard the song King Tut by Steve Martin?
Probably.
King Tut. Born in Arizona, Funky Tut. Moved to Babylonia.
Got a condo made of stone up, right?
It's terribly goofy 70s humor.
Yes, and that was premiered on Saturday Night Live,
Yes,
too.
I remember my mom, Nancy Pants, when I was a kid, had a Steve. She loved Steve Martin. She had a back in the day.
Me too.
You have comedy albums.
Albums?
Yeah,
Oh, for
comedy,
real?
like an album.
Yeah.
Like a comedy
Oh,
album.
A Wild and Crazy Guy.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, and Steve Martin. Probably was he the most popular comedian there in that mid to late 70s? John probably was.
Probably so.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. And then he had the movie The Jerk, which kind of propelled him even more.
He had a lot when he started. He had a lot of prop comedy. He had prop comedy as part of his act too. Like put an arrow through his head, just a goof.
Exactly.
You know who Steve Martin is, don't you? Okay.
Steve Martin.
He ain't, he's not. I
Older
guess
dude
now
now.
he's the Murders in the Building would probably be what he's known for. Right? He does the one with the short. What is that show? Is that the name of it?
I think that's it. Yeah, him and Martin Short, right?
Yeah, and Selena Gomez. They got that show.
Right. I've never seen the show.
Yeah, it looks decent, but I haven't either.
Okay. This one I know you're going to get, but it's going to be a bonus that I also think you should get. Sports. Originally given to the team in the 1940s, what NFL team was nicknamed the Monsters of the Midway?
I know it. So if you want to
I
guess,
know about those. I would. The Minnesota Vikings came to mind.
That's not a terrible guess. You're right neighborhood. Wrong
No, it's
street.
not.
Yeah, it's the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah.
Okay, right. And your bonus.
Okay.
What was the original name of the team?
Were they the Decatur Staleys?
Yes. Proud of you, my boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. TV.
PB. Okay. Spent a lot of time.
What was the name?
A lot of time.
Yeah. What was the name of the 2022 Netflix series starring Jenna Ortega as a student working under her psychic abilities? Working on her psychic abilities.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Keep in mind what today's theme is, too.
Yeah, Halloween. So it's like Creepers or
It's not that.
Some. Yeah.
I know who she is. I can see this. Is it Netflix? You said.
Yeah.
I can see it up there, but I don't know. Hocus Pocus? No. Hocus Pocus.
Wednesday.
No. Oh, Wednesday. Yeah, but I don't know.
You remember that, right? You
I
know,
remember
Wednesday part where she was the daughter in Adam's Family.
Halftime, John. Put the ball on the tee.
Okay.
We'll be back for the second half of this extravaganza next on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. After a bye and a breather, the Jags get ready to rock the desert. It's blackjack, blitzes, and big plays as they roll the dice against the Raiders. Find out who's all in. It's a full house of football. Viva la Jaguars. Sunday at 4 on the home of the Jags, 1010 XL.
Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Will the call of the dogs be the hedge to victory? Or will the Gator Walk come through Jacksonville? Florida Georgia Week is enhanced by Ackerman Urology and Cancer Center and 904 Gutters with a Z on 1010XL.
Hey, you want to know one big reason why I've survived 40 years on local TV? Not my good looks, but my good-looking suits, shirts, and ties, thanks to Oceanside Cleaners, the very best, the major leagues. Creme de la creme in cleaning. What do you mean, Nick? Listen up. They dominate the industry. They make it so easy with free pickup and delivery at your home or business. Just check with them. They'll tell you where they can come. Sometimes you may want to drop it off on the south side or in Ponte Vedra, and guess what? They still deliver them back to your home, and they'll send you text reminders. Talk about saving time. You can always use their service kiosk 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in Ponte Vedra and on Southside Boulevard. Man, Michael P. Harris and the family have been doing this for 35 years. This is a family affair, and they love it. Their life, it's their life. It means something to them. It means something to you. It means stability and success. They know how to clean. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and don't get me started on their award-winning bridal gown preservation. They're Oceanside Cleaners, 2 locations to serve you. Jacksonville off Southside Boulevard and in Ponte Vedra. Oceanside Cleaners, we just don't clean. We care.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask? So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
All right, we're back. It's more with Get Smart John. I think we've been solid, not spectacular to this point. Should have ridden with Camp Crystal Lake. That was a layup. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I'll just chalk that up to bad luck. We continue.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. By the way, so on the break, some of my buddy Roger was just talking about, just to add insult to injury, he texts me. He said, actually, he goes, the guy offered $500 for the pair of tickets. And then he said, I guess you forgot too that I was so mad after that game I wouldn't go out that night either. So.
Yeah. It's amazing how many, because Friday night is the night where everybody goes hard, E.T. Florida, Georgia. You go hard on Friday. All the kids that are up, all the grown-ups that are down in RV City, you go hard on Friday. And then on Saturday, depends on if you won or not. If you won, you go hard.
Yeah.
If you lost, you just slink off, and you end up like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm going back to the hotel. I'm going back to me. Just leave early. If you win, you just tear it up all night. But let's everybody stay cordial and civil and remind each other of what we're doing here. We're just playing a football game. You know, if you're going to get together with the opponents and hang out, then, hang out.
Yes. Well, Jeff, you weren't here at the time, and you were just a youngin' at the University of Florida.
I was.
Friday night,
my freshman year.
A staple. Friday night staple around here was the River Rally.
Okay,
So I know a lot of the Googans and Canellos will remember that.
The River Rally had just like, it wasn't like when I went to Florida in '85. I didn't go to the '85 game. I was working. I went '86 through forever. And it was the Landing already.
Well, Landing opened in '87.
Okay, so that's when. I don't remember the River. When I came in '86, it was, I don't know what we did or where we did it. And then I just remember the land. I remember being at the Landing through college. So,
yeah, it was nuts down there then. Okay. Science. Oh, no, wait. We got to do the audio clue. We have to do the audio clue. I'm sorry. We'll come back to the science.
All right. Audio clue it is.
The theme. Sorry about that.
That's okay. What is the subject going to be? He's going to.
I think it's Halloween, so it's kind of that theme.
Okay. Did the Monster Mash is what I did. It is Halloween's Friday, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Friday night Halloween's kind of like the Purge,
right?
Okay. Spooky little girl like you.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Now, can you tell me who sings it?
It's like Steely Dan or somebody. Is it like a mainstay dude? Will I know him? No, probably not.
I think you've heard of him. I think you have heard. I think Hick would get it too.
I don't.
But I think you've heard of him. I'm pretty sure.
Give me a. I don't know. I'm not. You know me. I like music. Know the songs. Don't know who's playing drums or the singer or the group. Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little.
But you recognize the song, correct?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I would have said like Steely Dan. Which is not. It's got that sound.
That's not a bad guess.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay. Which is not right. So give me a hint. Maybe give me the initials and see if I can get it.
Okay. Here's ARS.
Atlanta Rhythm Section. Or Rhythmic
Bingo.
Section. Or whatever. Yeah.
That's it.
Actually,
but you've heard of them, right?
Well, the Atlanta Rhythm. Remember when we used to do the Jaspers?
Yeah, the Jaspers.
The First Coast Sports Awards?
Yeah.
I went to a couple of those.
The Atlanta Rhythm Section was the balcony band for one of those. No lie.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah, the Atlanta Rhythm Section. Yeah, the big boys.
Mr. Jaspers would come back.
Those were cool. That took a lot of effort.
A lot of work.
They were high class to be what we were then
like
in
the
Jacksonville.
Emmys, right?
It was big.
You're
it was
real.
classy. We had big guests.
Right.
They did a really good. That was for the Otis Smith Foundation and a friend of the program, Andy Jacobs, one of Hickens' good buddies, ran that. Was tied to Otis. So, all right.
Okay. History.
History.
Oh, let's go back to science. We'll go back to science.
Okay.
I was going to.
All right.
Okay.
Science.
We're all over the place. It doesn't matter. Sometimes called deadly nightshade, what poisonous plant shares its name with the Italian phrase meaning beautiful woman?
Beautiful woman. Bella.
Finish it?
Yeah, Bella. What is woman? Dama? Bella Dama? Bella.
Yes, I'm not going to let you.
Belladonna?
I'm going to. Yes, Belladonna.
That's a thing.
Belladonna.
Never heard of it.
Belladonna's
Belladonna.
beautiful
Belladonna.
woman in French. So,
yeah. Belladonna.
Yeah.
I've never heard of what though we were trying to identify. I didn't know this night. I've never heard of Belladonna ever. I just put the two Italian words together.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no kidding. Have you ever heard of Belladonna? Do you know what Belladonna is?
No.
You just said it's some poison, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Deadly nightshade. Yes.
I was
what
ready to go.
poisonous
I was all settled in for arsenic, and then I got thrown a curve. That's what happened.
Theme parks.
Yes, love them.
Name one of the 2 Florida theme parks that have a Halloween event called Hallow Scream.
Halloween Horror Nights is down there at
That's Disney, so it must be Universal.
Yeah.
We'll go Universal. Uh-oh, we missed
SeaWorld and Busch Gardens.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I never got
Me
that.
neither.
Yeah, I don't. Of all the times that I would not want to go to a theme park, like those type of nights.
Oh, man, no. It's too crowded. The lines are long.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I don't know. Hallow Scream, Hollywood Horror Night, none of those. I've never been to any of those. But I will say this. There's nothing like going to a theme park when you're a kid, is there?
Oh, man.
It's like the fun.
sure.
It is like, it is the best.
And Gritty, he likes riding those rides.
Yeah, of course
and
he
I don't.
does. Yeah,
I
sure
don't,
he
but
does.
you got to get on them.
I've always loved roller coasters. Now, I kind of got a fear of heights. I don't like heights, but I love roller coasters.
Combo of the heights and the speed
Yeah,
gets
I
me.
love the roller coasters. Yep. I hate the swings. I got sick as a dog vertigo off of those things one time. Ugh.
Did you see the one that there was a high one that got stopped? Oof.
Like upside down, wasn't it, or something?
Yes.
Did somebody die in that, actually? Did the no, maybe not. I saw what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody should die.
Shakespeare.
The guy who built the roller coaster. He should die. Shakespeare. Again, kids, follow Uncle Jeff. We're going to eliminate Shakespeare from your reading list. It's just boring. I don't know why they call it the classics. Nothing classic about him at all.
I know. I'm with you there,
Yeah,
too.
the miniseries on Apple's way better than any Shakespeare book you're going to read. So there you go. Life lessons from Uncle Jeff. Right now, parents like, what are you doing? Keeping it real.
In which play do 3 witches say, double, double, toil and trouble?
Yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be. I feel like it's Hamlet. Hamlet.
Macbeth.
Macbeth.
The other one.
Yeah, Macbeth.
All right.
Othello. One of these boring books.
All right, you're going to make a comeback now. Current events.
Current events.
Okay.
On Sunday, October 19th, $100 million worth of jewelry was stolen from what world-famous museum?
Is this going to be a good pull if I get this?
Yeah, because I can't.
Is it not the Louvre? I think it's the Louvre.
It is the Louvre.
Kind of delayed there, like I was ready to try to sucker me in again.
I know,
I
it's
learned
like,
my
what,
lesson. I'm
you're
going
gonna
with
do
my
it again?
answer, Z. I'm going with my answer. I'm not going to let his silence veer me in the wrong direction like he did with Camp Crystal Lake, that bastard.
Stop playing with me, dog.
Don't blame that on me.
Yeah. I think they may have recovered some of that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
why I know that. I'm sick.
All right, this has to be the last one because I have to go to
Okay,
work.
Yeah, me too.
So,
We have to go to work
okay.
too, so we share that.
Okay. All right. History.
Yes.
Within one decade, either way, in which decade of the 20th century was Lucy, the 3.2 million year old skeleton of a female found in Ethiopia?
Yeah, this is late in this. This is late in this. This is like in the 80s. This is late. Or I learned about it in school. It's like, I think it's like 70s or 80s.
Okay.
I want to say 80s. I'm gonna go with the 80s, John.
Well, you're within a decade, so it was the 70s, so you got it.
All right, yeah. 70s. I didn't realize I had a whole decade. All right, John, appreciate you, my man.
All right, guys, have a great day.
Yeah,
We'll see ya.
Get smart, John. Catch his act out there with Trivia Nation, and we'll be back with a football fix, okay? We've kind of put that aside, some news and notes filtering around the NFL, some trades being made. The trade deadline is coming up. We'll focus in on the Jaguars here in the second half of the program a little bit. World Series talk with the Murphy Power Hour. Always look forward to talking hardball with one of the game's best, so we've got that coming up as well. Locked and loaded. Thanks for being with us. You're listening to 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Get the weekend feeling all day Friday.
Best feeling in the world, isn't it?
That's why we give you Pre-Game Friday.
You're gonna love this.
Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day. Built by Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass, still family owned and in business for 100 years. When they say you're going to see a big difference, that's for everything. Custom showers and spas, tabletops, mirrors, even replacing foggy windows, all at a more affordable price. And with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed, Lee and Kate's Glass is your best choice. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago, went smooth as silk, was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Our son Eric's a Division I collegiate baseball pitcher who is having shoulder pain. We took him to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and are confident that he's now on the road to recovery. This is Beth Anderson, and we love the care Eric receives at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Jacksonville homes are selling, but it could take months and a low price, lower than you want to sell. It could. Doesn't have to. Getting top price means aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who've proven systems that are going to drive demand and sell your home. So if you need to sell now, Chad and Sandy get instant offers. Fast, easy, stress-free. Max price. They're going to aggressively market. And whether you're buying or selling, fast or max, Chad and Sandy have the proven plan guaranteed. How's this for a bottom line? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date, agree, and move on. Keith in Atlantic Beach. I wanted to move my parents closer. They needed a lot of help getting their home ready for sale. Finding a new one. Medical issues made things even more challenging. I called Chad and Sandy because I heard their stories on the radio. The Chad and Sandy team, compassionate and professional, and got the job done. My folks' home sold the very first weekend for $1.2 million. Call Chad and Sandy today.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents, so let I-9 Sports help. They've got winter and spring registration open right now for kids all over the First Coast to enjoy their favorite sports. Log on to i9sports.com and don't miss out on the upcoming seasons. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, but we both want to know, have you done your will? Something you need to do, something you need to take care of, something to get on your to-do list, but don't just leave it there. Get it done. You got to get your assets to the people that you choose. You work hard for your money. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you out with your decisions. He'll provide you all the info needed. It'll make it all your choices easy. They're the Hinson Law Firm, and they got all the answers. If you have questions, reach out. 527-1700, 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabot on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Wheeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Clogged drains happen when grease, soap, hair, and debris build up over time. Even tree roots can invade your pipes. All this leads to the annoying water pooling in your sink or tub. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining has the tools and know-how to clear stubborn clogs and keep them from coming back. Don't ignore a slow drain. It could lead to bigger problems. Make the superior choice when your drains are clogged and learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Joe C. here. Want to win 3 free nights up in Nashville for the Titans game? Come stay where I'll be staying at the Omni Nashville, right in the heart of the action. Just text GAME to 641-1010 and you're in to win 3 nights. That's GAME to 641-1010.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. But if they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked-on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by June Flowers. As he covers the Jags Raiders this week, Fox analyst Mark Slarett says it's go time for Trevor Lawrence.
Honestly, they need better play out of their quarterback. You spent $275 million on your quarterback. He has got to play better.
And on the hardwood, Florida senior Xavier Lee grabs national attention. He's on the Jerry West Award watch list, honoring the top shooting guards in college hoops. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:10. And it's 68 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Yeah, it's huge. We obviously had some guys a little nicked, and you go through some physical football games in the early part of the season, and so you need it. Everybody needs a reset and an opportunity to get away from it, spend some quality time with family and friends, and have that nice little mental and physical reset to now come into the building with everything ahead of us.
We're still kind of focusing in on head coach Liam Cohen's comments on the Monday press conference after having the bye week to kind of readjust. They'll be back on the field today, getting that game plan in for Sunday's game. The team will meet the media, so we'll hear from some of the players and more from Coach Cohen. But when it comes to what you're doing in the bye week, he laid it out for us on Monday. I mean, he kind of went through what these, if you're going to narrow it down, there are 4 or 5 points of emphasis, after listening to the entirety of his press conference and kind of parsing through it, you can see that there are certain things that stand out to them just like they do to us. Let's get a little more analytically into it, though. Through 7 games, the Jags' average distance to gain on second down is over 8 yards. And on third down, it's almost 8 yards. You can't live in those down and distances. You can't be 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. You can't. You're not going to get ever on you become way too pass heavy and predictable, and that's why we've had games where Trevor Lawrence has thrown it 47 times and they've run it 22. The next thing is another thing we've talked about, and that's finding a way to get the ball to your best players in space. You watch the Lions with Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. You watch some of the other teams, and they're not just completing passes and getting the ball moving downfield, but they're getting it to explosive, game-breaking players with a little room to operate. So we got to turn some yak. Got to turn that yak stat around here. And your average attempt can be shorter to the line if part of that process is them getting another 10 on. Look, if you want to throw it 7 and run 10 and get me 17, I'm as okay taking that as throwing it 17 and going down.
Correct.
17 is 17. And, man, it just feels like if we could get ETN and Choot. It's not just Travis Hunter when we say this, by the way.
Correct.
Cohen also mentioned even before the bye, the Jags are going to play the best 11 as much as humanly possible after the bye. To me, that means we got to get Travis Hunter more fully integrated on both sides until we can't. And I'll take whatever we learn from that. But at some point, we got to learn, can he play more?
Yes.
And by the way, he's not God's gift to football. It's not like he's the MVP, but for what we gave up and what we need,
got to get some return on investment.
It's not like suddenly we play Travis Hunter on both sides, and now suddenly you have Patrick Surtain and Justin Jefferson.
No, that's not.
That's not what we're saying.
We're saying put him out there.
Yes,
that's
improve us.
Correct.
All right. Also, and you've heard some of this as we've gone through the week, but we got to get more pressure on the quarterback. Heading into the bye, the Jags were 24th in pass rush win rate. They're tied for the fewest sacks in football, so they're not winning their matchups individually. And when they do, they're not getting the quarterback down. Also, bottom half when it comes to giving up those explosive plays, right? We're seeing way too many Jackson Smith and Jigba, Devontae, seeing way too many guys making plays downfield, deep downfield.
Get out of here.
Their explosive play rate allowed, also ranking in the bottom half of the NFL as we head into Week 8 for the Jaguars, are heading into Week 8 last week, and now into Week 9 where they will play their 8th overall game. All right, he fired the band. We got a football fix brought to you this morning by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin, Home Life Business Auto. She's got a great game plan. We call it a bundle, and Mandy and her team always there for you when you need them. And that's how you judge your insurance company, right? Yeah, they don't go AWOL when you're at your important times. Get a little update on your insurance needs with Coach Mandy Bowers over there. Also, the home course, Joint Creek Golf Club. Tee it high, let it fly. We'll see you on the home course. Boy, they're searching for answers in Atlanta. Their season has gone bust, man. The GM, the coach, these dudes need to answer. Atlanta's got too much talent. Atlanta was playing the worst defense in the league the other night and couldn't move the ball at all. They made a terrible signing in Kirk Cousins. Michael Penix Jr., I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they lost 30-0 at Carolina with Penix. They lost 34-10 at home to Miami with Cousins. Sounds like it's more than a quarterback thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, Patriots busy yesterday. They traded a couple dudes. They traded safety Kyle Duggar to the Steelers. They traded a defensive end Keon White to the 49ers. White's former second rounder. And then they locked up one of their corners, Jones. They locked up Jones, their slot corner, for a couple of years. So Patriots busy yesterday. Look, that they are establishing themselves as a contender too, right? I mean, it certainly looks like the Patriots are here to stay with Drake May and Mike Vrabel. What a good signing. What a perfect fit up there, huh? Patriots did it right.
It just makes sense, yeah.
It made sense. Sometimes it's just as sensible as it looks. And it's turned out. Lamar makes one admission heading into Miami for Thursday Night Football. Every game now is do or die for the Ravens. That's fair, but this week, AFC North, I'm glad I didn't make the bet on the playoffs. Not because I think the Ravens suddenly are going to be powerful, but because that division is not aging well. It's not aging well. You know, you had a division when Lamar was out that the Steelers were 4-1. You know, the Bengals had beaten the Jaguars. They had traded for Joe Flacco, and now it's just it doesn't look like there's a good. It looks like the Ravens at 2-5 are the best team in the division, if they have Lamar. Just going on the assumption of what they're going to get out of him. Our old friend Andre Sisco on the shelf. The now Jets safety has a pectoral tear. Boy, old Sisco just. Yeah, he traded down, didn't he, going to that Jets outfit that finally got their first win of the year. Saints going to go to the rookie. They had used Tyler Shuck in replacement of Spencer Rattler, but they drafted him in what, round 1 or 2?
They got him early, yeah.
Good luck, buddy. He gets to play those Rams. Remember them?
Oh, I remember.
Show of hands who remember what the Rams are like for an opposing quarterback. Surgery now performed for Malik Neighbors, and you know his young career, which was, you know, on the skyrocket ship, is kind of gotten tamped down a little bit by a major knee injury. So we'll see how he comes back from that torn ACL.
He was out partying last night.
Was he?
Sierra, she had a birthday.
Okay.
Russell Wilson threw for her, so all the teammates showed up, so it was cool.
All right. We're learning more about Adrian Peterson's second DUI within a year. Peterson, it's probably time to get some help. Apparently, he was asleep at the wheel in his SUV before the arrest. That's when, by the way, you got no argument. When they roll up on you and you're asleep,
yeah.
I mean, there ain't nothing. You can't argue, I'm sorry, I'm on medication, or I had any sleep, I'm getting off a 40-hour shift. None of that works. When you're asleep and you open up with them damn cherry eyes that you get, that Ode to Henny coming off of you. They bottle that up, the Ode to Henny.
That Ode to Henny.
So Adrian Peterson was arrested on charges of DUI and unlawfully carrying a weapon after they found him asleep behind the wheel at a suburban Houston gas station. At least he wasn't on the street. About 9 a.m. Sunday morning, by the way.
Oh,
You're getting your
man.
DUIs at 9 a.m.? Let's see. Sugarland police found Peterson 9 a.m. on Sunday asleep and his vehicle was running and parked near a gas pump. No one else was in the vehicle. I interviewed Mr. Peterson, detected the odor of alcohol. I observed he had bloodshot, glassy, the cherry eyes. I observed the cherry eyes, the slurred speech. I asked Mr. Peterson where he was coming from. He stated a poker game in Houston. Was Chauncey Billups running it, I asked? No, that's not. That part I asked. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin and the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. I missed the home course. I haven't been out there in a couple, 3 weeks. The Daniel Murphy arrival is quickly coming on us. The World Series is tied at 2. It's Florida-Georgia week. We got it all, baby. Text line open as well. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. 641-1010. Back with more next.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Get straight talk from D-Rock.
So let me get this straight.
Mike DiRocco.
And we get his insight every Thursday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Opened by Lee and Kate's Glass. Guaranteed greatness since 1926 on 1010XL.
My dad, Randy Marion, has been in business for 35 years.
35 years of taking great care of your customers.
And our community. It has also been 35 years that my dad has been the king of price.
Yep.
So now's the time to fall into savings and drive in style in a brand new Cadillac.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They're all in stock and ready to drive today.
Come see us today at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
And don't forget,
tell them Jennifer sent you.
Plus tax type title $9.99 admin fee and Resistol on approved credit.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Okay, Jacksonville, it's Hicken here with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings, man. I'm talking garage. Oh, start there. Patio, pool deck, driveways. They can do it all. Talk to Brendan. He's the owner of Checkmate Coatings, man. He's been in it. He knows what he's doing. He loves it. And he's got true Jacksonville folks keeping prices low with no massive overhead. So slam dunk those floors. CheckmateCoatings.com. That's CheckmateCoatings.com. It's Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Da-da-da-da.
Listen to whatever you like, whenever you want.
I like this.
1010XL. On demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end. Channeled by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminix knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Hicken here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Florida Gators football on 1010XL is driven by Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. And the law firm of Farah and Farah. Get Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken 180.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
The NBA has concluded their gambling investigation into the WNBA and determined all those brick layups were not on purpose.
Oh, bro.
They've determined it was all on the up and up. Those 28% from three and all those bricks inside the lane, they've determined. No funny business. That's just how they play.
You wild for that one. You and John were talking earlier, and I wrote down a note. It made me think about something. Because you seen Bo Jackson play live.
I did, yeah.
You seen Herschel Walker play. Have you?
I didn't see Herschel and I'm not sure I may have seen Herschel with the Cowboys against the Jags, but I'm not positive. I think I've seen Herschel maybe early in the Jag years, but as more as a kick returner. I didn't see him in college. That was before me.
My question basically is Bo or Herschel? Like
Herschel.
Yeah?
It's Herschel.
Okay.
It's Herschel.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And Bo's great, dude. And,
Yeah.
and if you want a guy who can also go, by the way, play all-star level baseball,
right.
Bo's your guy. Who's the better overall athlete? Bo. But just college football player.
Yes, that's what I was asking.
Anybody who's been alive as long as me and you ask them that question against any other player and they don't say Herschel, just don't know.
So Herschel was like that.
Herschel in my lifetime over any and all of them.
Yeah?
Every single one of them. Every single college football player that has played since Herschel.
Yeah.
In my world, wasn't Herschel Walker. That dude was just different.
Of course,
man.
yeah.
Just different. So, but yeah, those were talents, and they were back in the day, man. They fed those dudes. Herschel, Bo, Emmett, they fed them.
Yeah, those were running backs for real.
Back in the day, the running backs didn't have to worry about some pass-happy coordinator going to throw it 52 times in a college game. They gave those boys the rock, and then the team went as far as they could take them, and Herschel won a natty, and Auburn came up short with Bo. They were like a number one type team.
So for somebody like me, who would be that comp to Herschel? I have somebody that sticks in my head. I'd say like a Ricky Williams.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah.
Herschel, I'd probably bigger and faster than Ricky.
Like I'm talking Texas Ricky.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Herschel was bigger and faster.
Yes. Herschel was like an Olympic sprinter, like speed. I mean, Herschel was a freak, man.
Yeah.
And just, by the way, the story with Herschel was awesome because he was a star when I was in high school. And so as an athlete, you just read all you could about these superstars, especially the young ones. And the deal with Herschel was he never lifted a weight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He did it all like push-ups and sit-ups and, pulling big.
Built like a
robot. BSH,
yeah.
buddy. BSH, Herschel. Those big. Herschel's also one of those athletes that you saw as a kid that wasn't like a wrestler or who had those big traps, man.
Yeah.
He had like that bridge from that man's neck to his shoulders was a little different than everyone else. But yeah, and especially here, reminiscing on Florida Georgia weekend. But some of those plays that Herschel made as a freshman, like they played a game at Knoxville, and it was like his coming out party, and the dude just ran over a linebacker and then
kept going.
I mean, he was just different. You know who was kind of similar to him, but he wasn't near as fast, was Earl Campbell. Had that big, burly. But Herschel was just, that dude was dead. Bo was great. I tell you this, Florida shut down Bo Jackson. It'd be interesting. I wonder what Bo Jackson did against the Gators. Look that up for me. Bo Jackson, not Bo Jackson, Herschel. I know Herschel had one huge game. Georgia beat Florida like 44-0. I think Herschel's other years were good games, like 26-21, maybe. Wasn't the Run Lindsey run game Herschel on that team? Early 80s?
I thought it was.
It may have been. He may have come in actually the year after Run Lindsey run. I'm not a Georgia historian. I can tell you what years Emmett was in Gainesville. I know Herschel was there in the year 81, 82, 83 maybe. That'd probably be my guess for Herschel. It's 3 years. And then Herschel, back before, I think came out and went USFL like a year ahead of when he would have been eligible to go to the NFL. What do you got?
Herschel got 649 yards and 8 touchdowns all time against the Gators.
In 3 years, right? So, yeah, dude's going for 215 a game. So, yeah, just a part of the many Florida-Georgia memories. You don't have good memories trying to stop Herschel Walker. Nobody really. I wonder who held Herschel Walker in college. Was he held under 100? I'm not kidding. I mean, like, did Herschel Walker ever have a game where he was under 100? I'm not afraid to listen. No pretense here. Here we go. Yeah, he was there 80 to 82. In 1980, he had games with 283, 238, 219. 1981, he had games with 265, 225. 1982, 219, 215, 177. Yeah, just an absolute beast. I want to see the game logs real quick, and then we'll move along. They're not going to give me the game. Way to go, Georgia SID. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, he was held under 100 a few times. Here's what he did against the Gators, though. You ready? Freshman 1980, 37 carries, 238. That's a touchdown. 1981, 47 carries, 192 yards. 47 carries, ET.
Just feed him the pill.
And the next week, by the way, against Auburn, 37 more. 47 for 192 his second year. And then his third year against the Gators, 35 for 219 and 3 touchdowns.
Just feed him that pill.
Yeah, and if you go look up Bo Jackson, I mean, he may not have had 100.
Dang.
Yeah, may not have had 100. All right, let's take a timeout. Come back. We'll bring Murph to the festivities. Florida, Georgia, Jags on the road, World Series, all kinds of fun and frivolity coming your way. Listening to The Drill, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
You don't need to bet everything on a Hail Mary. Just find a ride in your budget. Because Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. New name, new location, same great deals. And we have the perfect place during the Kia Fall Savings event, like a new Kia payment free for a full 90 days. Or take advantage of financing rates as low as 0%. It's always a touchdown when you shop the best deals in town. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
It's holiday season and it's not too late to find the perfect spot to celebrate with your team. Fourscore is a place that brings the energy, where great food, craft drinks, and unreal vibes meet cutting-edge full-swing simulators. Don't play golf? Do not worry. With over 40 interactive games, Fourscore has something that everyone will enjoy. Perfect for company outings, birthdays, and even private events that go beyond the ordinary. With locations in historic San Marco and centrally located Gate Parkway, Fourscore is ready to make your next celebration unforgettable. Hit the easy button and book your event today at fourscoregolf.com.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
I know it's too early to talk about the holiday season coming up, but my friends at Beard's Diamonds are stocking up like never before. You don't have to rush in, but when you're ready, Beards will be ready too. This is Jacksonville's local diamond powerhouse. No middleman pricing on exquisite diamonds. Unlike the other stores in the town center, Beards is not a Wall Street-owned jeweler. They're family-owned. Say hi to the Lupos when you go by. Great folks here in Jacksonville, been here for decades. And, man, they run circles around those conglomerate stores to claim they have direct pricing. Beards beats them every day. If you're wondering about lab-grown diamonds, Beards will teach you. They have natural and lab-grown, and they can educate you on both so you don't make a mistake. And don't forget, Beards, case after case of fashion jewelry, rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones. Bottom line, you don't need to shop anywhere else. Beards is local. They got a massive selection. They stand behind what they sell. They take care of local customers, 100% accountable because they live here. Check them out, and you will see Beards Diamonds rocks.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Jacksonville homes are selling, but it can take months, and it takes a price lower than you want. Well, getting top price means aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive the demand to sell your home. And they have this unbelievable promise and guarantee. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. If you need to sell now, Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy are going to aggressively market your home, and they're going to get it. Anthony and Mary in Palm Coast said, we wanted to move back home closer to family. Getting max price was more important than a fast sell, but we had only purchased our home last year, so we didn't have much equity. After just 23 days of aggressive marketing with Chad and Sandy, they sold our house at the price we needed to make the move. Call the Jacksonville experts you can trust, and I recommend. Call Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or ChadAndSandy.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Welcome to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. That ball's well hit to right. I mean, really well hit to right. That ball is gone. Daniel Murphy has struck again. Daniel Murphy has homered for the 5th straight postseason game.
Presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
Well, after 162 in the reg, never mind pitchers and catchers reporting, after the narrowing down through the postseason, we're down to three little games.
Set.
Just a 3-game set, Daniel Murphy. And you've ridden that Major League Baseball train from start to finish in a World Series appearance. Where are guys at right now? You're probably still riding the wave. It doesn't feel like the season's going to end in 3 days, I bet, as a competitor.
No,
you're just trying to win a ball game,
yeah,
aren't you?
Every time you get this deep into the season, in the postseason, it's abrupt when it does end because you head into the ballpark and you're like, we got a ball game today and we'll have another one tomorrow. And then when it ends, it feels quite abrupt. So I'd say right now is, there's going to be, without a doubt, some mental fatigue going on with the players. You hope that they're able to kind of come together and just cheer each other forward because some of it's a choice now. Some of these guys, like the Dodgers, have been here, but Toronto, they have never been this deep into the postseason. And so showing up to the ballpark, just staying engaged on every pitch because you can see, and this is nothing against Shohei last night because you see a game turn and a series turn on a pitch, but it felt like Toronto last night was just a little bit under attack, and then they get the homer from Vladdy. Their ringer hits the homer, and all of a sudden gives them some real life. It felt like, and because the way LA was playing last night, I didn't think they would necessarily run away from them, but they felt like they were on the front foot early in that game until Vladdy hits that homer.
Yeah, credit Bieber played very well. It was a deadline acquisition for Toronto. Man, the days of having to have Maddox, Smoltz, and Glavine to feel like you got a chance in the World Series are gone. We see guys running pitchers they're perfectly happy going 4 or 5 innings with, pick up a guy at the deadline and do the rest either well or okay enough. Is it good for baseball that the 2 best, most dominant players through this World Series have been Vlad and Shohei?
Oh, I mean,
those superstars. Though,
yeah.
You're talking about 2, if we're being fair, and Vladdy plays in Toronto, and if they don't go to the World Series, doesn't get his due. Where's Vlad Guerrero top 10 in MLB? Top 5? Top 10?
I would say 10.
Top
right
10
now. Yeah, 10. Because it's, you go Shohei, you go 99, Aaron Judge, probably Cal Raleigh at 3, and then as we...
Really? You'd put Raleigh that high up, huh?
Yeah. It's just...
He plays an important position. He's probably being undersold. I think Judge is going to win the... Dan and I talked about this yesterday. I think that the judge will win the MVP.
I think he will too. I think he should win the MVP.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that he's so much
It's
better.
funny to hear you say that because only because of this reason. Raleigh plays maybe the most difficult defensive position in the game, and he plays it better than anyone else. And in one year, he was the Platinum Glove. He played better than any defender in the entire league. So I feel like we're saying once and for all that defense doesn't matter if Raleigh's not the MVP.
Yeah.
Is that fair? I mean, because if we're factoring defense at all, he's like he would be the one of one as an American League defender.
Yeah, I mean the platinum gold winner at probably.
I didn't even know there was a. Were you aware of that as a player?
Yeah, it was because Matt Chapman won it. I think he would win it. He was the one that was well known when I was playing. That he's like just better than everyone
Bottom
else
line is there's a Gold Glove, as y'all are aware of every year, and then there's one from the Gold Glove team who is the Platinum Glove, who is the best defender in the league.
Yeah,
and that's what Cal Raleigh. This year they haven't given out, but he won that last year, so I'm assuming a pretty good defender. But back to it. Yeah, both Shohei and Vlad have shown up in a big way.
Yeah.
Maybe not through the beginning for Shohei, but right now he's
it's taken Vlad like that was his first extra base hit last night. So he's
in the World Series.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's carried them, but he has led them.
He's hitting over 400 in the World Series.
Yeah,
so
up
he's
to this point.
He's
so he's getting his base hits. I think he got Bichette. Did Bichette score him earlier in that game? I think.
Yeah.
And so he had a big one the night before as well too. Scored from first on a Bichette double. So he's been out there. It's been like singles and walks more in the World Series until last night's swing.
What I know that you love a good historic analytic stat. I know you put more weight into some situations that happen in a baseball game than others do. 9 for 9, bro.
Yeah.
9 for 9 OBP.
Probably should have started walking him earlier.
9 for 9 OBP. I don't care if you walked him 5 times. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 homers. That hasn't even happened.
No. That's
offensively, the dude has gotten out of that 1 for 21 slump, and he's really flexed here in the second half of the Brewers series and now into the World Series. Would you have, should the Dodgers middle of the stream change course on their pitching plans? When you saw your starting pitcher the next day have to play until 3 in the morning and bat 9 times, should you maybe have said, yeah, we're going to wait and hold Shohei for game 5? I thought that was a miss, and it wasn't even contemplated to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think maybe you go with Shohei, I think, because you don't have really anywhere else to go because it's going to be a bullpen game. And it's not like Shohei can come in the middle of the game because you lose the DH if he comes in as a reliever and then gets taken out. So that hook rule that we were talking about since
Still
he starts,
wrong.
I'm off it. I'm completely off it. I think he needs to keep his glove and go play another defensive position.
That's not
other than
fair to
pitcher.
be able to pitch and then stay in the game that no one else does.
I was talking with one of our Blue Claw coaches last night. And he was mentioning to you're talking about right now how much he was on the bases last night. I mean, running it. I guess and that is a ton, and it was a long game, and it's a lot to ask him to start. I guess the only thing I will say is that he didn't have to be on his feet defensively, so he did get those innings off.
That's fair.
And
they are 20. So let's not be too. I mean, it's not like they played 10 minutes later. 20-something years old.
It is. There is something to. I mean, Mark Teixeira one time took a day off. He said, and they asked him why. He goes, "Well, I've been getting on base and running the bases so much, my legs are tired." And it was kind of like, well, Mark, true, but. You don't have to present it that way to the rest of us.
Not exactly a marathon, Marky.
And so, I mean, he hits the 2 doubles, he hits the 2 homers. So I think that I saw him. He went hard into second base, where it actually looked like the night before that he pulled up a little bit.
They got him out.
Yeah, he tried to steal the base as well too. And so he's out there running. I think that you kind of you run him out there as the starting pitcher. I think without a doubt, you just saw probably effects a bit of the night before.
I will say this when it comes to Shohei, and I'm going to use the same. I just think we got a generational conversation here. I'm ready to say Shohei and Ruth, and as far as the totality of their even they've been great players. Don't get me wrong. He's a lot like Tiger and Jack, but it says a lot for a ball player to have in the World Series a 2 home run, 2 double game, and it be the second best game he's played this week. The dude hit 3 home runs and pitched 6 innings with 10 strikeouts a week ago.
Yeah.
Not last year.
He just went 2 doubles, 2 homers, on base 9 times in the World Series, and it's his second best game, not of his career, of his week.
Of the week.
That's a high floor, boys.
Yeah, the uniqueness at what he's doing, being able to go and grab, 18 outs at this time of year, in addition to he's the best offensive force they have in the lineup right now, and it's even more shown out because Mookie hasn't swung the bat.
And these other guys aren't, we give a lot of credit to the Muncies of the world. They're not showing up either.
Not
where
quite
are
in
they?
the,
Where
in the
where
biggest spots?
Even their wins. The Dodgers need a layup. If you're going to have a good, successful postseason, you need 11-2. You need a layup. You need to score 7 in the second and cruise one game. The Blue Jays had theirs. They had the 9-run inning.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, by the time they got to the dramatic part of the game, the Blue Jays were cruising. They had a 5-run lead, and so Mookie hasn't hit at all. Freeman I think he's putting pretty good wood on the ball. He doesn't have a great average. Ohtani, lately, but he had a lot, but it's outside like the Teoscars and the Kikes and they're not coming through like they have. One of those
Edman, World Series
right.
MVP is
one of those guys.
Their margins, their production it's just down from kind of what we've expected, what they've shown
and
us.
They've had they had chances in that game yesterday while Shohei was still pitching, and they don't make anything of their opportunities. No one gets a big hit.
Yeah, it hasn't. Yeah, they haven't had as many of the big hits. They've been good. So Kike drives in a run on a sac fly. They've been really good in situational hitting, and that. But when you get to the bottom of the order, Pages has been an out the whole postseason. So, and then you work it backwards from Pages there, and, you've been able to get Kike. So it's like you get to the bottom of the order, and you feel like you can run 2 righties at them. There's a spot there.
And the Blue Jays are real good at the bottom of the order. That's their little niche and strength. Every year there's a team's got a niche strength. They got a great bullpen, or they got this, that, or the other. They're getting and this was big for the Braves the year they won. 7, 8, and 9. Weren't easy outs. There's no breakdown. I want to ask you one other question they were talking about last night. We'll take a break and move on. And I'm going to trust a guy who is pitched on the ultimate stage in John Smoltz and something he said, but I feel like sometimes our analysts overplay the challenge or the workload or whatever it is. Like he put a lot into Shohei missing the mental reps of preparing for his start, but like to your point, he's not out in the field. I mean, whatever you do, whether it's charting pitch, I don't know what does the starting pitcher do the day before his start?
Cheers on the other.
That's right, pitcher. like charting and stuff. That's like a couple of days removed.
If you want to chart, you have more than enough time before the game. You're going to get your work in as far as bit of running, bit of throwing, whatever that looks like to get prepared. And if you want to chart, you can do that. There's plenty of time.
I just feel like guys get enough credit for the incredible things they're doing. We don't have to add to it.
Yeah.
Right? Shohei just went 9 for, on base 9 times, 2 doubles, 2 homers. And the fact that he's starting the next day, no matter what he does, is enough. I don't need to remember for you to tell me that, and by the way, he didn't get to mentally focus the day before. But Smoltz did make the point, well, sometimes, too, your starter the next day, I mean, he may be gone in the 7th inning.
Yeah, so Bieber the night before might have been sleeping already. I think Kurt Schilling was joking about that on the Twitter machine.
That would be one thing that then Shohei has a disadvantage.
Yeah, you were talking about earlier is that, Shohei running the bases, needing to be there and stay engaged for 9 plate appearances.
Sure.
Whereas Bieber very well could have been back at the hotel getting ready for the next day's ball game.
All right, the Jags go on the road. We'll kick around the pigskin with Daniel. More World Series and baseball talk. In fact, another segment. I've got other questions that I had for Daniel when it comes to where this series stands and where the Dodgers are and all that other good stuff. Florida Georgia weekend and the local perspective on that as well. So thanks for being up and at 'em with us. It's 8:48 here on a Wednesday. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill
from the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. When the Dogs and Gators cross the bridge, the world's largest cocktail party becomes a fight on the first coast.
There's something special about the game being in Jacksonville. The stadium split right down the middle.
Will the Gators bring the swamp to the 904? Or will the Dogs hedge another victory? It's the chump of the swamp and the bark of the dogs. Florida and Georgia, Saturday at 3:30 on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken 180.
Hey, Hicken here for Action Garage Door Premium Parts, premium service for the life of your doors. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. Mine never does. I call Action Garage Door because they take action immediately. Jeff Bernard and his crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain they have to go through. Call Jeff and his people are on it. They've been doing this stuff for 25 years, man. You know what that screams? That screams stability. That screams success. I've been in my house for 23. I got a garage door a couple years ago. Folks still comment on it. And it dramatically improves the curb appeal. And those garage door openers of today features like smart home integration, quiet operation, and added security. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action with Action Garage Door. Easy to get a hold of them. Garage Door 911. That's how you get a hold of them. Action Garage Door. GarageDoor911.com. That's GarageDoor911.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Put a little hot sauce on your lunchtime listening. Spicy. Joe Coward, Matt Hayes, and Leon Searcy. They are XL Prime Time.
4-alarm fire.
From the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we? Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjax.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, we are back here on the drill. The Murphy Power Hour in play right now. World Series suddenly tied it to a piece, so it definitely goes back to Toronto. And does that add a, like, for a fan, it gives a little weird dynamic to Game 5. Game 5 I don't want to say it's less important. As a player, is there a worry against exhaling? Like, this isn't Like, it's not either you win the series or you're out of the series game.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
if
more
this
baseball.
if this game goes LA's way last night 3-1, oh my gosh, this is
That's it.
high
Backs
stress
against the
situation.
wall.
But getting the win, it's 2-2. I just wonder if there's any worry of, intensity.
Yeah, I think that I think that as I was saying, as I got on here, hopefully your teammates and the coaches just get everybody focused at what's going on. And I think that you could just go back to, Toronto and feeling the loss against the Dodgers, how much it stings you. Like when you lose a ball game and you're like, golly, we lose another one of those and we got our backs against the wall. So I think with the way that Toronto has responded, yesterday was just, with Shohei going and to get that win with Bieber on the mound, and to, I think really like Vladdy, to just get him back in the game. I didn't feel like they were they were only down a run, but it felt like
the Dodgers were.
It felt like if it was going to get extended one way, it was the Dodgers, and then boom,
they got
your
hot.
Ringer gets in there and hits the homer on.
So it was 1-0. The homer made it 2-1.
Made
Is that
it
what
2-1
happened?
on
and then
on
they
a
held
breaking
it there,
ball
and then
just
they
sat there.
broke it up a little later. They've gotten some
It's
time.
they held it there too. It's like it's some real, Dodgers are playing real complimentary baseball. Like they get the homer, and then, I was talking with our head coach Connor Maribel, local lad, JU Dolphin, and so he was saying with Bieber, go out there, can he get a 0 now and pitch with a lead, because LA wants to come back immediately, get traffic on the base pass and see if they can tie it up or take the lead after the homer from Vlad. And he puts up a 0, like you said, and then gives them a chance to extend the lead. I think, what is it, in the 7th, they grab 4 runs. And at that point, with the 5-run lead, it felt over-ish. Like it was, like it was going to, like the Dodgers, I say it this way, the Dodgers were going to need some help to get back in it. And by help, I mean walks, like free passes.
That's when I turned it. I said, okay, this is over, and I went to sleep. Yeah, when they got that even.
Like Bassett comes in and gets 6 outs. Like
I never saw Bassett. To my point, I never saw Bassett throw a ball. I got 5-1. We're good. This game's over.
Maybe not 6, but he ends up he works a full clean inning. And gets maybe 5 outs. I think.
For sure. E, you said you had something for us?
Something else. But while we're on this subject, while we're talking baseball, I asked you the question. You asked the boys this question, and I'll ask you, Murph. Where does Shohei sit on the list of most feared hitters when he's at that place all time?
All time, like in history?
History of baseball.
And let's keep it let's keep it contemporary.
Yeah,
I mean,
contemporary.
To weigh, Ted Williams versus.
All right, so okay.
Babe Ruth. I don't think people know. Let's keep it within the last 30, 40.
Right, so I won't go Lou Gehrig.
That's right.
Mays.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Fair play. Rogers Hornsby, Ty Cobb. All right. I'll come back into modern day.
There's a clear number 1, isn't there?
It's probably Barry.
I mean, isn't it by a mile the most ungettable, the guy hardest to get out or to keep from killing you in my lifetime was Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of good hitters, but what that guy did. We were just revisiting his one World Series, Murph.
Yeah.
And you forget the dude, like that one World Series had like 4 home, he hit 471. He walked another 21 times. It was just crazy, man. Yeah. So would you agree that it is Barry?
Yeah.
Is it Shohei after him? Shohei will strike out for you now. That's part of this new generation, but I'm not sure.
He started out slow.
I still think it might be him though, Murph. And I'm just going from my team has their best pitcher on the mound. Give me the order of guys you'd least like to face. I'll give you Judges on that list.
Yeah, Judges on
Vlad has always been on that list for me when healthy.
Trout
when healthy.
Trout's on that
list.
Like in
so
his
boys
prime.
like Mark McGwire and Sammy.
No, those are fair.
Okay, yeah, those boys.
Now I split, Barry and Mark and Sammy into Sosa into like two different careers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got the Pittsburgh version of Barry, who would be on this list.
Yeah, Hall of Fame, right?
Not first necessarily, in my opinion. I don't know if I would take
because the power.
Yeah, like Barry, Pittsburgh, and Shohei. Like now we're talking like equal footing in my pitting.
Yeah.
Is Shohei more than some? He mentioned McGwire. I will say this about McGwire. He was the one-trick pony the whole time. He started as a power first and only guy. Like 49 his rookie year. That's all he ever was.
Yeah.
He started juicing with Jose, and, the rest, as they say, is history.
In a big spot, like you start maybe upping kind of the leverage on it, like Big Papi. Like David Ortiz has some hits in his career in the postseason that you wouldn't want to face.
I was kind of also approached.
Sorry, forgive me.
Yeah,
he mentioned Albert yesterday.
Yeah, I was approaching it strictly from the standpoint. All right, the Braves are up a run in the ninth. There's runners on second and third and 2 outs. Who is that? And I actually that may not be the best way to do it because I'm not looking for the contact hit.
Right.
I'm talking about the guy who you just don't. Who's going to beat you with a? All right, say you're up 2 and there's runners on first and second. Last guy in the I don't want Shohei up there. I don't want Aaron Judge up there. I don't want Soto up there. To be honest. But in the history, no one did it like Bonds. That guy was he was unassailable at the plate by the end of his career. You couldn't get him out. He never struck out. He was willing to walk. He hit like the one. Didn't he have a year where he 20-something% of his contact was a homer or something?
Yeah, he'd see one pitch every other night, and he'd sock it into the McCovey Cove.
Where are you as we get further away? And I will trust your opinion more than others on these guys and the Hall of Fame. What's the right way to approach it? We've got guys in the Hall, Daniel, that were also, performance enhancer users. I don't understand just because you like them more they get a pass, or because they admitted it they get a pass. As we go on here, does it delegitimize it at all that you say Barry Bonds isn't a Hall of Famer? Mark McGwire's not a Hall of Famer?
I think that the setup, and I've kind of, I was just thinking about this yesterday, so it's like you've been in my brain asking me questions. I was thinking about this with the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame itself is a museum set apart from Major League Baseball. They're not tied together.
That's right.
So the Hall of Fame can make their own decisions. What I feel like they've done is they've allowed Major League Baseball and the commissioner's office to basically take point on this. And so I think that as far as the Hall of Fame goes, you should put these guys on the ballot, and then let the writers decide. And it's been the writers, kind of the generation of writers, who have taken it upon themselves to decide.
Be the moral majority.
Yeah, who gets in and who doesn't.
I've traveled. This is the biggest joke in sports. For all you fans, understand this. I've traveled for 30 years with this lot. If the day you let sports writers be your moral compass is the day you commit to an eternity in fire. I'm not saying everyone's terrible, but I'm saying of all the jokers in the world that shouldn't be telling you what is just, morally unacceptable, it'd be the dude in room 4B at the Holiday Inn all spring. Don't ask, don't tell. Stop it.
I think that's where you're talking about. That there are guys in the Hall of Fame who have used steroids, and so where do you draw the line? Why is it?
It's not fair that some are.
Why is it McGwire and why is it Bonds? And I thought that a little bit different when it comes to the gambling. That as far as Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson, I thought they should have been put on the ballot and gotten their opportunity, and then let the voters decide that way. And so the museum has followed the lead of Major League Baseball more than they've had to.
Do we know how okay, you missed the steroid era pretty much?
Yeah, for the most part.
So you weren't playing against guys where you just everyone would know that ballpark, that locker room culture.
Yeah,
you would know. I would assume you would know. You would talk, and your own guys you would even probably know, right? But there are certain guys. I mean, there ain't a guy playing pro that doesn't think Pudge Rodriguez was on steroids, is there?
It's
right. Juan Gonzalez on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
David Ortiz on steroids.
Arias.
Andy Pettit has admitted to using a cycle of steroids. They're all in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. And better players, Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, who were Hall of Famers before the steroid era, who played at a dominant level over everyone before the steroids, get penalized because you don't like them. Oof, that's a hard one for me.
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
It's it is, because you end up you're drawing a hard and fast line, and it doesn't feel like the hard and fast line is no steroid users get in. Steroid users don't get in, and so that's.
Where are you as a ball player? It's harder because your generation, no one was using.
No,
so
I don't mind them getting in one way or the other. I think that. You kind of going back to you're talking about the voters not getting them in. I understand why they don't, but then I don't think it should be so much that Ortiz is able to get in and Pudge, then these other guys aren't. Or we'll use actually with the other ones haven't necessarily. Well, Ortiz was on the Mitchell report, but Pettit,
yeah,
and so.
Well, another thing is this, and this is where also the gray area just would make my head explode if I spent too much time thinking about it. Those are the ones we know. You don't think there have been Hall of Fame players in the last 20 years that went in that didn't do some steroids? All the steroid guys weren't these muscle-bound juicers. Remember Wally Joyner admitted he did steroids? Wally Joyner looked like me, bro. He didn't look. They wasn't firm and, and swole and all those
big,
good things.
Like more gangly big kind of than he was, like physical.
So, I mean, look, I don't mean to imply that Wally Joyner's in the Hall. He's not, but I'm just saying there are going to be other guys. I don't believe for a second the guys that have a clean pass. I don't believe for a second that Ken Griffey Jr., Chipper Jones, these others didn't dabble at some point. I'm not saying they wrote it out and they stayed, but I don't believe in that era of what was going on, how prevalent, and the odd thing the whole time was it wasn't against baseball's rules, correct?
No, it wasn't. You know, by the letter of the law,
right?
It wasn't.
So again, why are we again keeping them out if they're not even breaking a baseball rule?
Yeah, I think they, it's a part of our history, and it probably should have been treated more so of like we'll put them in, but we'll also tell the story of the steroid.
And I think everyone knows the story, really, don't they? Don't we know? I mean, just the fact that they're not in the Hall makes you go, okay, well, something weird was going on.
Yeah.
If you're a younger baseball fan. All right, it's a battle cry. We'll come back with the 9 o'clock hour. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL. We got the Murphy Power Hour. We talked a lot of baseball. Talk a little football here. Talk our Jags going on the road at Vegas. Talk Florida, Georgia here in town and much more. Keep it where you got it. Text line open, by the way, 904-641-1010.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
He's down on the ground. He is down.
A freak injury can wreck a football team and affect their championship dreams.
Wait, you're telling me I'm about to lose my number one wide receiver?
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farrah and Farrah Injury Update.
Jacksonville.
On 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Hey, this episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day. But on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks. Or, gang, it's good to be right. And it's so simple to play, right? Just pick more or less on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 player stat projections. You get the picks right, you cash in. You don't have to get them all right, though. What? Tell me more, Dan. I will. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup is imperfect. Gang, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the app today. Use code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code 1010XL. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
I know two brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
The calls have been pouring in.
It's the strongest phone connection on the First Coast. The Checkmate Coatings phone line covers you with expert interviews from around the country and your opinions and comments from here at home. All day, every day on 1010XL.
Jacksonville, are you ready? The college basketball season is tipping off soon with an epic in-state showdown. The defending national champion Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes go head-to-head in the Jacksonville Hoop Showdown. Be there Sunday, November 16th at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena and witness this in-state rivalry live. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. It's Florida versus Miami right here at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, November 16th. Ticketmaster.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosper here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. I'm honored to join Operation New Uniform as the guest speaker for their 70th graduation. This milestone event is more than a ceremony. It's a testament to faith, perseverance, and purpose. Operation New Uniform helps service members and veterans find purpose, confidence, and success after service. Join us as we honor these remarkable graduates and the mission that empowers heroes to find their next calling. Register today at onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Omni Nashville. Jag head coach Liam Cohen hopes the bye week helps his squad reset and recharge.
Everybody needs a reset and an opportunity to get away from it, have that nice little mental and physical reset.
Meanwhile, in the NBA, Miami's Terry Rozier faces an $8 million IRS lien tied to gambling claims, but the Heat stay hot, knocking off Charlotte on Tuesday. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:09, it's 58 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller. Stay tuned for more with Daniel Murphy and Jeff Prosser right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. The nasty time.
You're listening to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour, presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
All right, I love the Power Hour. We're going to pick the brain of one Daniel Murphy, great Jacksonvillian here, who's obviously very interested, we know through the years, in both the Jaguars, the Gators, local college football, all that good stuff. First things first, who do you want in Gainesville?
Listen to you guys, Lane Kiffin. He's the one that's getting me the most excited.
I almost feel like if you don't get Lane Kiffin, you screwed up. At least from a perception standpoint. And I'm not among the group that, Lane Kiffin's not this. Look what he did at Tennessee. No, this was a good description of Lane Kiffin that I heard over the weekend. Got to play played a member guest. I played a lot of golf, talked a lot of sports. And no, that was baby Lane Kiffin. Mm-hmm. Now it's grown-up Lane Kiffin is now the coach. He's a grown-up now. Yeah, he still has fun. Yeah, he can still be a little, kooky, but he's not just an immature knucklehead,
right?
Like he was. You could argue with the Raiders and the USC and Tennessee. So that's baby Lane Kiffin that was losing those games and wasn't living, and even then was scaring some people.
Yeah,
but what he's doing at Ole Miss, his ties to Florida, to the fact that Steve Spurrier was his. What I do if I'm Gainesville, I'm doing everything that I can to get the guy. Hey, Steve, you want to fly to Oxford and have dinner with Lane Kiffin? Dude, pull it all. Get creative here, man. Mm-hmm. E asked, was it E that asked what's it going to take, or somebody else? Yeah. What's it going to take?
Right.
What does Florida need to do to sign Lane Kiffin? I hope that he wants to coach in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do?
No, I don't. All the NIL stuff kind of is what ends up being.
And you're going to agree to whatever you want, right? Yeah. So what are you going to do? Whatever he says he wants.
Yeah.
I want to set it up this way. Okay, done. I want this much. Okay, done. I want that. Okay, done.
You got to want to live in Gainesville and coach the Gators.
You got to want to live in. You got to want to prefer Gainesville to Baton Rouge to State College to the NFL, wherever that might be, which is also, they say, lingering as a possibility. I'll tell you a quote I saw that surprised me. I'm going to bring it up right here. Gonna have to find it. But it was, doggone it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. We'll circle back. It basically, though, it was John Gruden was in Athens in preseason.
Yeah,
for
okay.
something.
When he's doing
with
his rounds.
Yeah, doing his rounds. And there's a quote with John Gruden from that event where, like, yes, I want to coach in the SEC.
Okay.
More than anything, I'd love to coach in this league. You know, he could probably be playing the role. I wish I had the quote right in front of me, but it's kind of come to fruition because Gruden is now being linked, I think, to the Virginia Tech job.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gruden basically wants to get back into coaching. That was the thrust of it.
Yeah.
But part of it was too is that he'd rather coach in the SEC than anywhere else. I'd like to coach in this league and be yada yada. Do you have a quote in there, E, or are you just kind of looking at some old stuff?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah. So and that was just kind of breaking today because I think he's being aligned a little bit with Virginia Tech. James Franklin. I really. At some point, you got to bring in some new names. We're not just going to shuffle around, are we?
Yeah.
Like James Franklin out here, there.
Musical chairs.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you wonder if you're Penn State. Like, by the way, did you see Urban getting associated with Penn State? I mean, this guy.
Yeah.
I got that quote for you.
What is it?
The only reason I came here is because I want to coach again, Gruden said via CBS Sports. I'm being honest with you. I don't BS either. I want to coach again. I die to coach in the SEC. I would love it.
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Enough said.
I don't look. It doesn't appear that I don't want John Gruden as a Florida fan.
Right.
I mean, that's great for him and all, and he might be successful. I don't know. I keep watching these NFL coaches step down, and I'm not seeing much that's making me impressed. Bill Belichick's been a disaster.
Oh.
Ooh.
Bill O'Brien has stepped back to the college level, doesn't do anything. I just give me a college coach who's been in there doing it that way and knows what he's doing. What do you have Florida Georgia from the past? Did you go to the games as a kid ever? What's your
Yeah,
you did.
Went to him as a kid. My dad took me to the old Gator Bowl.
Okay.
I remember doing that, and my dad was real big on sporting events, so he would take us. We would go to that ball game, and I remember. Enjoying
now,
those
as a child, was it alarming how like aggressively hedonistic the whole thing was?
How much it was?
Like all the drinking and cussing and stuff that wasn't as popular back in the back then.
I remember doing it. We more walked up as the game was getting down than we kind of hung around the festivities down there. So it was kind of like it was me and him, and we were up into the game. And then my wife and I went the year that Tebow, when the seas kind of parted and he ran that touchdown in from probably about corner. From about 35 40 yards out.
That was the year after Georgia had stormed the field following the touchdown.
And Mark Richt wanted
to. And Urban was ticked, man. They were going to beat Georgia that year, and they were going to beat the holy. I think it was probably 45-7
I think
or
they
something.
stood up on them pretty good on that one. I was listening to you guys talk about Urban and your willingness to take him back, and Gator Nation maybe as a whole. And I'm not saying I'm right. I disagree.
Yeah,
as a Gator,
that's fair.
I think he quit on him.
Yeah,
I thought that he could have left in a way that
left him in better shape.
Yeah, like I understand if you don't want to do this anymore, for whatever reasons, multiple reasons, even you could also finish your shift properly and go on to your next adventure, whatever it may be. So,
especially if you have your pick of other guys that could be, that you could work with. I mean. It made it look when you circle back 3 years later and he's winning a national title at another school. That's enough to say you're kind of full of it, dude.
Yeah, it just put them further behind schedule than they had to be. If you had another 3 to 6 months in them, just finish through the end of your line, your race here, and then hand it over to whoever's
Urban
next.
also had a great, and I never trusted this part of suddenly, but he had a great little like supernova burst of 3 years there. But on the front and back sides, it was more 9-4, 9-5 kind. He had that period with Leak and then Tebow for 2 years winning Natties and Heismans, and they were awful strong in those years. But those couple before and after, that's the one that Spurrier didn't have those years. Spurrier had one 9-4 year, and everything else is 10, 11, 12 wins every year.
Oh.
So
that's the fun and gun. That's what I
think
grew
we
up
call
on.
that. What is it? The good old days, I believe is what we call that. Now, listen, Urban though it was extremely successful. He burned hot. He won you 2 natties. Those stay up on the wall forever. And so I would sell my soul, I guess.
I'm in no way questioning his talent to win football games in college. It was more like questioning your choices and how to finish.
Well, if you were even willing to open yourself to that possibility, you would like to at least have an exit strategy this time. Because I will say this, when he left Ohio State, at least he had to hire a staff that was good enough to keep winning. Ryan Day's won a natty.
Yeah.
Problem with Urban is he left us. We're like just, okay, we'll take Will Muschamp. We didn't have the system guy. Mullen had already left, right? He was at Mississippi State. It probably, who knows what would have happened if Urban had just handed it over to Mullen, and the program keep growing from there. Either way, it's time to step up from this Billy Napier, McElwain, these group of 5 coaches or assistants, and go get a guy who's proven he can win 10 or 11. Like, I may be the only Gator in the world. I wouldn't hate James Franklin. I wouldn't hate it. I'd give it, I'm not going to ride it out for 10 years like Penn State did, but I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
Give me a guy who's at least proven he can win some games, man. Oof, rough.
Just might be a little quicker on the trigger than they were in Happy Valley on the, top 5 sort of losses if it starts stacking up.
Yeah, I think that one was just, it was like that pressure was not there until it was, and then it was overbearing. Just popped the balloon. Just get a burst of air.
It did happen as you say that fast because they're playing at home against Oregon.
2 or 3 in the country.
Yeah, and they look in a ball game that they have chances to win.
Yeah.
And then it's got to be 2 weeks later?
3 weeks later, poof, 3 games in a row, poof, gone. Ooh. All right, more with Murph. Perhaps we'll see what's trending, and got more football talk, World Series talk, and more. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Bone crunching, field flipping, game-changing plays. After the game, catch the superior fence and rail defensive player of the game on 1010XL.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnick Nugget. Okay, I've finally come around. I'm now convinced, like all of you are, Lane Kiffin needs to be the next coach at the University of Florida. I didn't feel that way before. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see if he's as good a coach as he was a guy that's a personality. In addition to being a guy with swag, a really good personality, he's a really good football coach, and he's the one guy that can fix a broken program, and the Florida football program is about as broken as it's ever been. And I think Lane Kiffin should be the next coach. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnick family of dealerships.
Frank Frangie here. Looking for a dealership that makes car buying easy? Let me tell you why Nimnick Buick GMC is the place to shop. At Nimnick, you'll find unbeatable prices, a huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that works around your budget. Whether it's a new SUV, a work-ready truck, or a certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. They back it up with trusted service and transparent deals. Don't wait. Shop 24/7 online at NimnickBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Ackerman Cancer Center offers women's health, diagnostic, and screening services, including contract-enhanced mammography and total body MRI. Early detection is the key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Join me, Max Fink, as I keep a close eye on everything that happens in Gator Nation.
The Gator Report, polished up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators! Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? You know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. Since 1927, Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821, CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E, Jacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology, reminding you to wear your sunscreen, man. That's what they want you to do, man. The Sunshine State brings some challenges out there, and if you're out there for a long time fishing, playing golf, watching your kids play, working, man, get on a floppy hat, long sleeve dry fit with cooler temps, sunscreen if you need it. Listen, they'll take care of you. Nobody better than Dr. Boudreaux, Dr. Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. It's a great place. I go. Shout out to Solana Road. That's where I go for all my skincare needs. I had a hydrofacial there. Terrific. Get your wife a hydrofacial. You'll be glad you did. Listen, but take care of that skin. And if something does show up, then go online at beachesdermatology.com. Find the best location to serve you logistically, and you'll be glad you did. They'll take care of all your skincare needs. That's beachesdermatology.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose Duck Duck Rooter. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations, we do it all. Visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Now's the perfect time to order Logo coffee mugs, or maybe a Logo Stick brand tumbler. They're seriously ice cold and look great with your company logo. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
All right, the Jaguars are in search of a pass rush. We all know that. They've gotten 8 sacks this season, okay? And we turn our attention to Josh Hines-Allen, who, set the single-season franchise record of 17.5 2 years ago. He's got half a sack. 27 pressures, take them or leave them. That's 14th in the NFL. But of the 42 players with 21 or more pressures in that time frame, Hines-Allen has more sacks than only 3 guys. Only 3 guys. Defensive tackle Eric Armstead leads the Jaguars with 3.5 sacks. And Trayvon Walker is still trying to come back from that wrist injury. Started out well, but playing with that club has hurt him. Jags better find a pass rush. Otherwise, they're not going to win many football games. And that's your Duval Minute, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Always on the lookout for experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians in the Jacksonville area. Lift Power's benefits are out of this world. 401k, company vehicle pay, training, sign-on bonus. Lift Power voted one of the best places to work year in and year out. Lift Power is rapidly growing, proudly serving Jacksonville for more than 50 years. Family-owned and operated. Here is your chance. If you're thinking about a career change, just check them out at liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
All right, back here on the drill. I find it kind of hard to believe, Daniel Murphy, and that a guy who once had 17.5 sacks in a season can either put his left hand and the right hand in the ground or stand on 2 feet, angled toward the quarterback, and literally 150 times this year take a crack at him and not get him down one time. A half a sack in 100. I mean, I feel like if you have 100, and I'm making up the number. I don't know what it is. I know that the Jags have certainly had 150 pass attempts against them. There are going to be some that'll catch you off guard, but I would like to think that most of the time when you're facing a pass attempt, your quote-unquote best pass rusher is out on the field and making plays. But Josh Allen in that half a sack is becoming more and more egregious with every week. You can't survive in the NFL if you can't pressure the quarterback. And these last couple of weeks have been the wrong ratio of the pressure we're allowing and the pressure the Jags are giving.
Yeah, it really has turned the last couple of weeks. I mean, saw it against the Rams, at home against Seattle. And, we're working off a year and a half now with Josh Allen, just, not getting in the backfield.
I can see some sports pressing harming your attempt to get going. Like, I think if you press at bat, you can swing at bat balls. If you press on the basketball floor, you can make the wrong play. You can be too timid. I see no rationale or excuse for not putting your hand in the ground and going and getting the flipping quarterback more than half of the time in 7 games. Like, there's no, like, pressing is not going to hold you back or hurt you. Like, there is no excuse for not unleashing with more success than Josh Allen and the salary he commands and the importance of his role.
Yeah, it's huge. We need more productivity. Like, he needs to be more productive. I mean, it's now that the turnovers have kind of switched off a little bit, and some of that was probably coming from pressure earlier in the year. I do remember the defensive line getting pressure, but as the quarterbacks, our opponents sit back there, like those turnovers are drying up now, and we need to get in the backfield, disrupt the passer in order to get some of these turnovers back.
Well, it's a fair point to put them hand in hand because the pressure on the quarterback has disappeared. Not the sacks, they weren't always there, but the 8 they had, they got most of them in those first 4 or 5 games, and they've done nothing the last couple of 3 games, not forcing any turnovers, not getting to the quarterback, and then on the other side, watched a couple of D-lines unleash hell and fury on our O-line. I will say this. I said this earlier. It's fun to be to a point where you can not with urgency, but just with interest, look at, like, the playoff standings. We're a contender. We're 7 games in, coming off a bye, 4-3. We're totally in the picture, in the mix of teams. So it makes it fun to now kind of watch the scoreboard and root against certain teams. That has not been a part of our fandom around here, not with any legitimacy. Normally we're 2-5 and, like, having must-win games this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to get to that spot. And if you look at it that way, there are still some great positives that are in this team's favor right now. Those last 2 blowout losses that sent us, kind of into the skidding into the break, both NFC teams, their conference, only 1 conference loss. And they got big games here in the – why you got to win the Raiders and you got to win the Jets and you got to win the Titans? It's because you've got Chargers at the Broncos, 2 with the Colts.
Yeah.
You got to win these you got to win these other ones because when it comes down to it, you want to be on the right side of any kind of tiebreaker.
Yeah, there's some good teams. The Broncos are playing really well, and Indianapolis now in a division that looked a little light is looking like one of the best teams in the AFC. But as you were talking earlier, the NFC feels like the real gauntlet right now. Like the AFC feels like it's got some openness to it. I think that we're probably further out of the division right now than I thought we would be at 4-3. 2 games behind Indianapolis. I wouldn't have pegged that.
Yeah.
But again, it's a long season, and we still get to play them twice. So, of the leagues that we're in, I think the AFC is better. It's more open. It's more winnable right now than the NFC.
Quarterback injuries kind of help that. Right?
Yeah, Lamar and
I think
Burrow.
I've kind of come around a little bit on just from the standpoint the NFC North. Now, when we first had this conversation about can the Ravens make the playoffs from 1-6 or whatever they were, the answer was more immediate because the Steelers were 4-1, and now I think it's pretty. I think the AFC North winner will be 8-9. I'll say it right now. I don't think the AFC North winner is going to get to 500. Although that would be flying in the face of what Mike Tomlin does. Maybe I should say I think the AFC North champion is going to be 9-8. Whether or not it's Tomlin again and the Steelers, or whether the Ravens can fight all the way back, they at least know. I mean, Lamar said every game's a must-win at this point. They put themselves in that position. Perhaps talented enough to play under that kind of pressure. We'll see. Did you say you had a pop quiz? All right. What do you got?
Oh, yeah, we're going to run it right now. I got you. Hold on. Let me get my pop.
I hear it. I'm working him in there.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready to trend next segment. The guy can't stop himself.
Nothing free.
He wants to go to 11. I'm just going to let him go to 11 today.
All right, gentlemen. I want y'all to answer this question for me.
Yeah.
What do these teams have in common? The San Diego Padres, the Tampa Rays. I think that is...
Yeah, they've never won the World Series.
You already know they never won the World Series. Beat me to it. The Colorado Rockies, the Mariners, and who was that, 15?
Let's see. You said
the logo with the blue glove.
The Brewers.
The Brew Crew.
Yeah, the Brewers have never won, I guess.
All right. So that being said, gentlemen, I have a list of when each team won the last World Series, when they won their last World Series.
Okay.
And I think between the two of y'all can get this. So I'll name the team and I'll see if you can remember the year they won.
Okay.
All right.
I think we'll at least get the neighborhood.
I believe
Exact
so.
Decade, like earlier, like right decade from earlier today.
Yeah, from
Get Smart John.
Yeah, we found the female skeleton.
Yes.
Lucy.
L.A. Dodgers.
Yeah, they won last year, so.
Let's go with the Texas Rangers.
They just won a couple years ago.
23.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, let me not do it that way. Let's go with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
The last World Series championship was in 1979.
Okay, let's go with
We Are Family. I was in northern West Virginia when they won that.
the Oakland A's.
I saw a lot of games there. The A's won in 89.
Right on the head, boy. Anaheim Angels.
Was the Barry Bonds one, wasn't it? Or
the Giants won that, didn't they? Or did the Angels win that series?
I think the Angels
won the series.
won that
That
series,
was that was that 02 maybe.
Cardinals.
The Cardinals probably won in like 15, didn't they?
11.
That's the last
2011.
one. Okay, they went back and lost to the
Washington.
19. I got bad timing on that one. I was gone out of DC.
The Braves.
21.
San Francisco Giants.
Oh, the odd years.
Yeah,
so
it's probably
13.
I think since then, I'd say.
So then
17 maybe? No, did they? No, 15.
No, that was the Kansas City. I was at that.
Oh
one.
yeah,
I
you
remember
were.
That one I remember.
I think
No, they're are they evens? Is it 12? 2012?
14 maybe? Who was that?
14.
14.
Yeah, even years.
Yeah,
I
the
got
even years. They won like 3 of them on even
Yeah, it was
years.
like 10, 12, 14, I think, how they went.
Did I already say the Marlins? Did I ask the Marlins?
No, the Marlins won the last one in 03?
Yeah, feels like 03.
Cincinnati Reds.
90.
Was that Jose Rijo? Was that?
Eric Davis?
Baltimore Orioles.
83.
Minnesota Twins.
Your Braves.
Yeah, 91.
White Sox.
AJ Przinsky.
7, 07, 8, 5, 6.
No, hold on.
no.
You said it. I clicked over my thing.
Was it 5?
It's 5.
Yeah, it's 5. Okay.
Good pull.
My man Willie Harris on that team.
Wheelo.
Kansas City Royals.
Oh, boo. 15.
That's crazy. He lost to the Royals. That's
Yeah,
kinda
I know.
Cubs.
You know how many people? You know how many guys people can name from that Royals team? By the way,
I
right
can
now?
name a lot of them.
I bet you. And I'm a sports guy. I can probably only name 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's too bad.
Cubs.
Who?
Cubs.
Cubs just won
16.
at 16. Yeah.
Houston Astros.
They won 20 the year after the Braves. 22, right? Yeah.
Phillies.
14.
Was it? Oh no. So
No. Didn't they win? No, they lost to the Yankees. They beat the that would 07, I bet. 08.
Oh wait.
Yeah, they
Blue
beat the
Jays.
Rays. Blue Jays won in 93.
Joe Carter.
Detroit Tigers.
Oh.
What are we going,
that's been a
86?
bit- yeah, no, that's the Mets, but it's gonna be
85. 87. 87 beat the Cardinals. No? That sucks. I felt pretty good there. Well, they won in 84. They won again after that, didn't they? 84 is it?
84.
They must have lost to the Cardinals in 87 is probably what happened.
So 86.
Mets.
What did I say? 86.
You're right. Yeah.
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
They just no, they
Kurt
lost.
Schilling and
02?
Yeah.
01.
01.
01.
Yeah.
Yankees.
Yeah. Way to go, Yankees.
09.
Way to represent 9/11.
And then
01 that
the
year.
Boston Red Sox.
18.
Fellas, y'all won 100%.
Almost.
Just got-
one.
Yeah, but good pop quiz.
Yeah, that's a good one. I
Good
like
pop
that.
quiz.
It was easier than I thought. I was a little.
They kind of started to roll off.
At the beginning, I was like, ugh.
But you got all the
I'm
all
old,
the ones
though.
I did.
Yeah, I'm
you
old.
got a good memory. You got the ones I would.
Well, here's the deal. I remember the 80. I'm better off remembering who played in the 85 series than the 2015. Like literally, that comes right to mind. The other.
Some of it earlier in my career, like even 09, I remember the Yankees, and 11. But I have to think about it because when I would get home after we got our teeth kicked in, I was like, I'm cool, man.
That's
I'm
fair.
had enough baseball for a little bit.
All right, we'll cool down, see what's trending next. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Go! Your play-by-play home of Bulls Bulldogs football is 1010XL.
It's a powerhouse showdown between 8-1 teams. The Bulldogs end the regular season in Lake City against the Tigers. Bulls, Columbia, Friday at 7:30 on 1010 AM.
Hey, Hick here for Lockhart Construction and Roofing, longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his dad, his guys are from here, taking care of people who live here, people like us, the Hickens. Oh, man. Lockhart family's done such great work at our house. We basically remodeled our entire house. We appreciate them. We do project after project. Always good to see them. They're fast, friendly, affordable. They're clean. Everything you want in a contractor, they take care of. But also, don't forget, it's Lockhart Construction and Roofing. And, of course, they've been doing roofs around these parts for decades. GAF Master Elite Warranty, Master Elite Contractor. Nobody better than Lockhart Construction and Roofing. So, at some point, you're going to need a roof. And if you do, remember Lockhart Roofing. They'll take great care of you. If you have any types of questions, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. That's how he works. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction and Roofing, 994-3865.
Hey, Jacksonville, Rick Ballou here. Small business owners need trucks and vans to keep your business moving? Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Westside has Ram 1500s to heavy-duty 2500s, ProMasters, and custom uplifts ready to work. Visit them on Commonwealth Avenue or go online to jaxwest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Westside, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local partner for work-ready vehicles.
Joe C. here, and boy, oh boy, I've got a great deal for you traveling home team fans. If you plan on going to the Titans game up in the Ville, you can stay where I'll be staying in the heart of Nashville, at the Omni Nashville, super close to Broadway Street, as well as Nissan Stadium. They've got a killer rate for 1010 listeners. Just go to our website, 1010xl.com, and click the Omni link. Come hang with me, Joe C. in Nashville the weekend after Thanksgiving. It's the holidays, so let's celebrate with a big game in Nashville and stay at the Omni Nashville.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Yo, Jacksonville, Hickens Hype, Checkmate Coatings crushes it with floors I'd put in my own pad.
I'm Brendan with Checkmate Coatings. We coat it all: garages, pool decks, driveways, and patios. Be the envy of your neighbors.
Rush to checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
When you buy online, you really cannot tell because you're not looking at the stone. So it's impossible to buy a stone online that you could really see everything about it. You have to buy a diamond in person.
That's John Lupo at Beard's Diamonds, who says one big mistake is trying to buy a diamond online. Because each diamond is unique, you need to examine it for yourself.
Otherwise, you can get fooled, you can get tricked, and that's not a good thing when you're spending thousands of dollars.
At Beard's, John's son Ben says they give each customer the ability to compare multiple diamonds in their price range. Not just on paper, but up close inside and outside.
Go outside in the natural daylight. That's the best test to be able to see the exact color in the stone, see the brilliance in the stone, and the fire and the scintillation, which is very, very important.
People want to know what they're spending this money on, and they also want to be protected.
That's why Beard's takes it a step farther with a money-back guarantee and a trade-up policy that guarantees you will always get what you paid when you upgrade. Buy with confidence at locally owned Beard's Diamonds in St. John's Town Center.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask. So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, we're back. We're talking baseball in the break, man. We can't help but do it. So, World Series Game 5 tonight. Who do you like? It's you Savage against Snell. Snell They got to a little bit in game one. It wasn't him that gave up all the runs, but
No,
he
but
pitched the game. They scored 9 in an inning.
Yeah, he looked a little more human than he had the first couple starts.
At home, man, if the Dodgers don't win tonight, they're in trouble.
Oh, no doubt.
Right.
You know, that'll be a really happy flight heading to Canada.
I've always been Dodgers versus the field. I've been consistent on this. I feel more nervous about now, granted, we're down to the very end, but I feel more nervous about 2 games left rather than 2 future opponents.
Yeah,
Toronto is taking me there. With 3 future opponents, I liked my Dodgers versus the field bet better than now just 3 future games. And the Dodgers got to play the last 2 in Toronto either way. I would suggest that they win tonight, and boy, I will hope and root that they don't. Bleep ULA. It's good for the sport. It's good for the world. It cleanses the soul that your billions don't buy you a title this year. Go get them, Toronto. By the way, don't cry for Toronto. They're a heavy spender, too.
Yeah, I think that as you're talking about the way LA has been swinging the bat, it's putting, and the bullpen is putting even more pressure on the starting pitching tonight.
Yeah, they're not hitting. They're
not.
kind of choking a little bit.
They're not swinging.
Is everyone going for homers? I keep seeing a lot of warning track fly balls from the Dodgers.
There have been, like, Freddie's hit some balls out there. I think that they need to pull it. Like, pull it in the air. I know it's easier said than done, but, like, pull it foul if you're going to. So if you're going to miss and you're Freddie, and I know he hits the walk-off, but he had a couple at bats earlier in that game 4 where he, like, drove him to the track. Pull that sucker, you know what I mean, and snatch it out of the ballpark.
All right, let's see what's trending real quick. I brought to you this morning by the home course, the Joint Greek Golf Club. ET, what you got?
Number 5.
This first one comes right off the text line, and it's funny, like, Jeff and I will kind of veer left every now and then. We mainly do this in the summers, but like we'll hit a topic, and the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures will chime in, the boys. And apparently we hit a nerve with, I think, an Auburn fan, Jeff, because they text this in. Herschel Walker's career average 5.9. Bo Jackson 7.7.
No, Bo was very good. You asked my opinion, and if I'm an Auburn fan, sure, I'll tell you Emmett's better than both. Is he? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I watched every game with Emmett and did things that I can't imagine anyone else would have done any better. Just to my recollection, to my fear factor, to what I saw, Herschel Walker was a better player than Bo Jackson. I don't feel like super sketchy about having that opinion, but I get it. Bo's terrific.
Correct.
Bo's the better overall
athlete,
personality, athlete. I mean, but as a college football player, Herschel Walker to me was more unstoppable than Bo Jackson.
And then so I took this one right off the text line as well because
now you had it right, the toxic line sometimes.
Correct. It said Herschel over Barry ? Now we're talking about college
yes,
career.
for sure over Barry. Yes.
Ooh, what'd you say?
As an amateur,
Yeah.
probably Herschel, yeah, but in
totality,
and you okay? Herschel over Barry
running
too.
through that Big 8 conference out there. Give me a break. Herschel run up against Bama and Tennessee.
That's fair. That's fair.
Auburn with those boys, the Rockers and all. Yeah, no.
Number
Barry's
4.
great. Again, don't put me in a position of trying to tell you these great players aren't great.
Right.
They are.
That ain't.
Again, I would take Herschel. Although Barry's awful hard to stop in college too, but I just don't know. The one thing about Bo and Herschel, I can make them more. They're within the same. They're playing the same teams. I play. Florida played them both every year. I don't. Barry was unbelievable.
And it's crazy, like the generation, because I'm taking Reggie Bush over everybody.
Well, that's fair.
Just me.
That's fair. He's more of a dual threat guy than these other guys are running backs.
Number 4.
Kind of this story. It's a sad story. It's tough. It sucks. Shaq's his custom Range Rover was stolen during transport. So he was headed down to the LSU game.
Okay.
And it got stolen in Georgia. But my thing is, what y'all gonna do with Shaq's custom Range Rover? I'm sure it's customized to him to the max.
Now it's just cut up Range Rover, probably.
Right.
That's what you're gonna do. You can take it over there to that warehouse, and no one ever gonna, unless they get the VIN number, they're never gonna know again. Maybe
you'll never even know. Right.
I don't know. In other news, Shaq probably buy himself another one by noon.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Right.
But like, if you don't steal from Shaq, one of the most giving people.
Well, that's fair. But I would ask you, how do you get it stolen? I mean, what are you doing?
Inside job.
Whoever's
loading it
there
up or something, it has to be.
Number 3.
And you gentlemen just touched this World Series Game 5. Is that tonight?
Yes, it is. It's tonight.
And I've been trying to tune in because I know baseball gets different during like playoffs and the World Series. The lights just shine different late at night. And I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for the Blue Jays, man.
Yeah.
Because I like Vlad. I like Vlad. You know, like I said, I was mentioning to Jeff earlier, I seen his pops play. Their swing is very similar, right?
Yeah.
Junior and his pops got a very similar swing. So I'm rooting for them Blue Jays, but we're going to see.
Number 2.
I mean, I couldn't be more. The hell with the Dodgers. I mean, we could send over, the Russian baseball team. I'd sing the Russian national anthem.
Yeah, I would say the easiest way to describe it for me is I fell asleep in the 14th of the 18-inning game, and when I woke up, my wife goes, "Oh, they played 18 innings," and I go, "Who won?" And as she was saying, I was like, "I hope she says Toronto," and she goes, "Dodgers," and I was like, "Okay, I'm rooting for the Blue Jays." I'm
Bro, I got a
like
training weekend here from the email box.
Oh, hold on.
I got to throw this in here. What a weekend this is. You ready for this? This comes from Corey this morning. What a bustling weekend we have planned in Del Mar and then Vegas as she heads off with her husband. You ready? 11-1 Breeders' Cup horse race in Del Mar. They own a share of one of the horses through myracehorse.com.
Okay.
Nice.
So you buy a little bit,
Good
so you
little
go.
action.
It's all right. The end game here, by the way, is they're on their way to Vegas. So they fly out to California to see the race horse that they bought a small share of online and enjoy the racing, I guess. Oh, well, thank you. They throw in 11-1 Swamp Sessions. Gonna check out Swamp Sessions. They're out there. And then November 2nd, they're doing Jags Raiders. Then November 3rd, they're doing the Florida Arizona basketball game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then November 4th, they're doing that Wizard of Oz at the Sphere.
And the Sphere. That's weekend right there.
And then 11-5, Beer Flu on the Red Eye home.
Yeah, bring that dub back. Bring that Jags dub.
I can only have one response to this. I'm going to just assume that it's approved by Mrs. P. She can also be a part of my response. But I strictly said, "Oh my God, take me with you."
Yeah.
That's just fun. Jags, Raiders, Gator Hoops, Wizard of Oz at the Sphere
That's you
is
right
the
there all
best
day.
triple header that you could throw together for me. I
that's-
can't have a better triple header in my life than the back-to-back great sports and then my favorite movie of all time in the Sphere.
Yeah, that's you
All right,
all
we
day.
got one more.
Number 1.
And the number one trending topic will, we're all blessed here. We was able to wake up this morning. Just keep Jamaica in your thoughts and prayers.
That's fair.
They're
getting hit hard with that
hard.
hurricane. Went opposite way of us, so
It's easy for us to get on that cruise ship and go explore and visit, but just keep them in your thoughts.
To that end, I can kind of visualize. We made one of our Jamaica was one of I haven't done a ton of cruises. I've done 3 or 4. One of my favorite stops was Jamaica. When we got off the port in Jamaica, we took like a Jeep kind of up into the mountains, and then we did a tubing
The waterfalls?
down. No, we tubed down the river and through. And the coolest thing was you tube down and throws you into the ocean. They come get you like you're in the wide. Like you come scooting out and then poof, you pop up and you're like in the wide open ocean.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so they come get you in the boat and they take you in. So I can imagine that has been pummeled pretty hard. So that's fair. All right, that's what's trending. Appreciate you, E. Daniel, as always. Good times.
Yeah,
on
thank
the Murphy
you.
Power Hour.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
having you
having
in.
me.
Who do you think wins tonight?
I think I'm going to go Toronto.
Oh, you're going to go
Yeah,
Toronto. They get some
tonight.
stuff. Then you think they're going to win the series?
Yeah, I think I'm on Toronto.
I think
right
you guys
now.
are in many
I'm getting
ways
sucked
are
in.
trying
I like
to
it.
predict against my prediction.
Yeah.
I feel that happening a little bit. We can't let Prosser be right on Dodgers versus the field from June.
Yeah,
That can't happen. So I
feel
get
like,
that.
I feel
That's
like
fair.
Dusty Baker right now.
I
He
like
used to-
that.
He used to
I
tell
like
us in the dugout. He goes, "Boys, you got to feel it. You
Okay.
got to feel it."
Oh,
So
he's
I'll
gotta
feel that
feel
in the Jags W
All right,
on the way
perfect.
back home.
We're going to introduce you to Jaguars today when we return. Appreciate Dan. I got Matt Every. By the way, you're not doing anything tomorrow and Friday. Feel free to stop by at any point.
Here we
Open
go.
invitation.
Well,
At
thank
any-
you.
That's any day, by the way. All right, back to put a wrap on it next. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
It's the fall savings event going on now at Renewal by Anderson. Upgrading your home has never been easier. Get 20% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires October 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613. Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers? Or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
This is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Tired of your hair falling out? Our hair restoration solutions have helped over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com.
Cool air and clean air. Getting out from under that Florida sun and cooling off inside is where Florida Home AC shines. Think about it. You spend a lot of time indoors, and air quality is crucial to your health and comfort. Pollutants like dust, pollen, germs, and allergens can build up, affecting your well-being. Florida Home is dedicated to enhancing your indoor experience with superior air quality solutions like whole home air purification systems. Find out by logging on to FloridaHomeAC.com or call 877-4300.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Tony is in studio with us. Jaguars Today is coming up next. I chose today, Tony, to at least take a minute to maybe pause and allow myself to soak up some positivity. You know, we're a 4-3 team that's only got one conference loss. They got the whole season in front of them. It's pretty clear that we are going to contend this year. I want to step away from all that we aren't and can't be and all the mistakes and realize that, we have a chance here to have a third winning season in 5 years. That wasn't exactly SOP in these parts. They had a 9-8 and 22. They had a 9-8 and 23. We're on the, we're 4-3 sitting here, perhaps looking at 3 winning seasons in 5 years. There's a tendency as you start to get better to look at everything in the prism of either you can win a Super Bowl right now and your players are going to have to win a Super Bowl right now, or you stink.
Yeah.
So let's just realize that we don't at least do the latter.
Well, and I think it's fair to acknowledge as well that we all kind of thought that the back half of the schedule would set up easier for them than the front.
We're going to find out.
Nothing about that has changed. Right?
That's
like
fair.
you look at the opponents, and it's not like any of them have gotten
Maybe the Colts.
Maybe the Colts.
But the Titans are a lot worse than you thought.
Right. Like that, but it's one of those where if you thought the back half is where they were going to make hay, why wouldn't it still be the case? Right? And it's a team that found a way to win 4 games, including a big win on Monday night. Now, I wish they didn't have a 2-week hangover, from that win against the Chiefs, but they did. Now they've had the bye week. We'll see what it looked like this week. I think it's going to tell you a lot about who they are.
You have to. If you're going to be a playoff, I know that theoretically, sure, you could bounce back, but man, you got to. There's too many. You have second half games, 2 against the Colts, the Chargers, the Broncos, all right with you record-wise competing for playoffs. You can't lose games to the Titans, Jets, or Raiders. You got to win those 4.
If you have any chance to be a playoff team, you got to beat the teams you're supposed to be.
It'll certainly help. And being a road favorite, though, it's not exactly common around these parts. We'll see if they can take advantage. All right, that'll do it for our show today. Appreciate y'all for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Matt Every going to sit in studio with us for a couple days. I've gotten a confirmation to get some bonus Daniel Murphy this week as well, so that falls in line with World Series Game 5 tonight. Meanwhile, Tony, Mike, and the boys bring you Jaguars today. That's coming up next. See you tomorrow.
Blueface, baby.
The Drill at the Divorce Men Only